Well, that was the most atrocious, embarrassing. I really have no words to describe the way we played today. We looked like we weren't prepared. We weren't coached right this week. It's crazy. There's plenty of blame to go around. I'm going to go over everything. There's plenty of blame to go around this game. Jalen Hurts didn't have a good day. He played pretty horrible today. Doug Peterson's play calling, the offensive line with the protection. Defensively, we just a total mess, disaster. No pass rush. Fletcher Cox has a stinger injury now. No Fletcher Cox, no pressure. Michael Jaquette. It took Doug three, or at least Jim or somebody. It took it 3 times. 3 times. Okay. Michael Jaquette. It took 3 different scoring drives for the Cowboys for them to pull out Jaquette, because as soon as Michael Jaquette put his head down, I knew he was done. I knew his mentality. He was done. He was getting beat. He was just he was gone. He was gone. And it took him that long to put in Jalen Mills at corner, which we all don't like that either, but it's better than what we had in Michael Jaquette. Michael Jaquette didn't play good. He played on and off, up and down last week against Arizona. It is what it is. Okay? At the end of the day, even after this game, okay? At the end of the day, we blame the front office and everything that they have created this year between drafting Jalen Hurts, creating this disastrous mess, and not doing anything about it earlier. The Eagles could have taken this division a lot earlier if Jalen Hurts was in there earlier. Probably. Probably would have had a few more wins under our belt. Okay? At the end of the day, it's Howie Roseman. At the end of the day, it's the coaching staff. It's coaching in general. Okay? The first 2 drives we had this game, loved it. Loved it. Deshaun Jackson threw deep to Deshaun Jackson. Welcome back, Deshaun Jackson. Did fantastic. Loved it. Loved it. I said, wow, this is just great. I'm like, felt good. Felt really good. And then, we got the next series. They had Miles Sanders. We ran in the touchdown. We threw some good balls downfield and did some good things. And then after that, we fell flat short. We were bad on 3rd down. Couldn't convert on 3rd and short. We're running the ball on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4, whatever it is. I think we were doing better passing the ball. I mean, Miles Sanders, did as much as he could today. You know what I mean? Jalen Hurts has fumbled the ball about 5 times already. Okay? I am looking for this whole coaching staff to be just done. I mean, changes have to get done. Okay? Our defense had no shot. We're the 2nd most expensive team in the NFL with cap right now. The 2nd most expensive team. And this is what we produce at that level. Darius Slay gets his first interception. I was happy about that. Great pick. We got the pick from Darius Slay. We were on, the 28-yard line? And we moved back past the 45. Probably almost to the 50-yard line. And penalties. We had over 70 yards in penalties. 9, 10, 11 penalties? Whatever it was. Okay? I'm completely disgusted. This wasn't supposed to happen like this. Jalen Hurts did not have a good game. Jalen Hurts did as much as he could, but from what Doug Peterson said at his postgame, Jalen Hurts had some tightness in his lower body in the second half, affected his throwing the football. Okay, and that's not an excuse. That's actually what was said. Okay. I said Deshaun Jackson got a really big gain, got a big touchdown. I was so happy for him. I really was. I was like, he really needed that. I'm glad he got that touchdown. Then to hear from Doug Peterson that as the game went on, Deshaun Jackson was developing soreness. And lost his explosiveness, quote unquote, from Doug Peterson. Lost his explosiveness, so they kept him out of the game. Okay? It's just a mess. Total mess. And there is a lot. There's a lot more that this offseason is probably going to be the biggest offseason of the Philadelphia Eagles this year. It's going to be the biggest offseason. Okay? They need to shed the cap down. I mean, guys, look, we can talk about what happened in this game or whatnot, but let me tell you something. At the end of the second quarter, it was right at the half, almost at the half. You know, we tried to do this play to Jalen Reagor where he had 5 blockers upfield. Probably could have turned to a big play for a touchdown. You don't know what's going to happen, but it could have been. You never know. 5 blockers in front of him, and Jalen Reagor still gets tackled to the ground. And then Doug goes on it on what, 4th and 15, 16, whatever it is. They're not looking at the clock, okay? They're not looking at the clock, and it was the delay of game. And I seen Doug Peterson, Jalen Hurts talk, and they got into a little tizzy on the sideline. Game management, horrible. Okay? The read options, they only work for a certain amount of time. And look, they do work. You know, I thought Jalen Hurts had some issues with, he tried to keep the ball to himself or give it to Miles Sanders real late. Okay? He tried to give it to him real late. You know, he was very undecisive on wanting to keep the ball for himself or giving it to Miles Sanders. Some of these handoffs did look awkward, okay? Some of these read options did look awkward. You know, Boston Scott fumbles on a kick return, and thank God, early in the game in the first, thank God, a Cowboy stepped out of bounds when he got the football. Special teams have been horrendous, okay? They finally put Reagor in at kick return. Our special teams are horrible. Just horrible. Third phase of the game. Horrible. So, Doug said some interesting things at his postgame today, and you know what? He blames the loss on himself, that he did not turn this football team what he needed to be, and at least he's putting some blame on himself because he did do it at his post game today. I mean, I didn't expect this to happen. Here I am. I got the Eagles and Cowboys on my television. I have my phone with Sunday Ticket on it, and I have Washington facing the Panthers, and they were getting smoked by the Panthers. I said, this is going to be a good day. I said, all we got to do is just beat Dallas, and we're in, and we keep going, and obviously we have to beat Washington next week to get into the playoffs, obviously. But look at it like this though. Okay, it does not matter. Okay, regardless, does not be a sore loser or whatnot. But no team in the NFC East. Okay, whoever wants to talk about a championship, there's no championship team on either of these 4 teams. Okay, a championship trophy for the division title, great. Okay. So, a win is a win. A loss is a loss. But these teams shouldn't. Even some of these fans from other fan bases, especially the FC, shouldn't even be talking at all. All these teams are horrible. All these teams are going to get knocked out of the first round, regardless of what happens here. Okay. I thought Dallas did really well against the pass. I thought they did a good job. We couldn't do anything on defense. Once Fletcher got out of the game, number 61, I forgot his name, but I forgot who the hell that was on our roster. But Malik Jackson and Javon Hargrave could not get pressure at all. Brandon Graham had the 1 sack on Andy Dalton. That was pretty much it. Okay? And Andy Dalton just kept going after Michael Jacquet. Michael Gallup, Amari Cooper at the first drive going downfield. They hit on that shallow cross to Amari Cooper. Okay? Our safeties were horrible. Kevon Wallace was horrible. Rudy Ford, they actually put Rudy Ford at corner for a little bit. Nickel Roby-Coleman, horrible. Blown coverage. It looked like it was blown coverage. He got faked out. Michael Jacquet fell down on his face. Fell down on his face twice. It took them, 3 scoring drives? The Cowboys scored 3 times before they took Michael Jacquet out of position to put in Jalen Mills. And this is the stuff I'm talking about. As soon as he got beat the second time, I said they need to get Michael Jacquet out of there. He has lost his confidence. He is just his head is down. He just when you're a cornerback, you got to have short-term memory. You can't be thinking about. You just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. And he didn't do that. Michael Jacquet just looked. And look, I can't even blame the guy really because you know what? The guy is nothing in the NFL. So what am I gonna? But it's Doug's job or Jim's job to at least get this guy out of the game because he's literally messing up this game, like entirely messing it up. Offense is barely doing anything besides those 2 first drives. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Michael Jacquet just lost his confidence, got beat, and just kept getting worse and worse. And they still didn't make a change till after they scored about 3 times. I wasn't worried about this offense that much. But after Fletcher Cox was out with a stinger, I'm like, oh, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, this guy's going to be out the rest of the season. There's no way. Even if we win this game, we're without Fletcher Cox now. And now the double team on Javon Hargrave. Malik Jackson just got frustrated. He sat with the offense on the bench on the sideline. He literally sat with the sideline. He sat with the offense. He was so mad that he left the defensive line on the bench and he went to the offensive bench because he was just so mad. Okay, he was just so I don't know. It's ridiculous. It really is. It really is. We have a super chat for TY Eagles Fly. What's up, Joey Shake? I'm sick of D-Jack. He makes one good play and then... Well, I just told you why, okay? D-Jax ended up having a reduced role in this offense. Doug Pearson said at his post-game, okay, that he was developing soreness. He lost his explosiveness, and they sat Deshaun Jackson the rest of the game. The guy hasn't played all year, and now he has soreness through the game. The guy is just a walking Band-Aid, honestly, at this point. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. There's 141 people in here. Appreciate everybody being here. If you guys have subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We cover the Eagles all year long. If you guys haven't hit the like button on this video. When you hit the like button, you do help this channel out a lot. It goes a long way. So I appreciate this channel. Just over 10,000 subscribers a couple weeks ago. I appreciate everybody with the support. It's been fantastic. Okay. I don't know what the answer is. The answer is the coaching staff we need to clean up this front office and this coaching staff. I mean, that's what's got to happen because, I mean, to the point where Doug should have kicked 3 points instead of going it on 4th and 16, whatever it was. You know, has got to kick a field goal. Do I trust Jake Elliott kicking the field goal? No, not at all. Whatsoever. I don't trust him kicking anything at this point. But this is just. I didn't like the play calling today. I thought, we ran the ball as much as we could run it. I thought, this offensive line did horrible today. Matt Pryor had a couple penalties. Matt Pryor is just so bad. I just can't. Even the first 2 drives, he had some good blocks. We didn't score after those 2 drives. We haven't scored since the first quarter. It was the fourth quarter. We still haven't scored yet. I mean, ridiculous. Ridiculous. And I'm supposed to be fine with that. And then after all of what happened, right? And then when we think that it can't get worse than what it's getting right now, right? When we think that it really can't get any worse, okay, we see something like this. Okay, we see something like this. Jalen Hurts fumbles the football. Okay? And his right knee was down before the ball was even loose out of his hands. And I honestly couldn't believe it. I said to myself, always in Dallas, every time we're in Dallas, this happens. This happens. Every single time. Unreal. Unreal. That's what makes me furious. On top of dealing with that, you have to deal with something like and then it honestly stood as a fumble. Couldn't believe it. This happened a couple years back. We faced the Dallas Cowboys and we got robbed. Not once, but twice. Once on a kickoff when you saw 5-6 Eagles on the football, not enough evidence. And then the Dallas Goedert offensive pass interference, whatever the hell it was, for his touchdown in the end zone that year. Okay, now that Jalen Hurts' knees were down. I mean, I'm not even just saying that as an excuse. The knees are down. The football wasn't jarred loose yet. His right knee was down before his left knee was. To add insult to injury. So what do you do now? What do you do? Do you go into, you beat Washington to get Dallas in the playoffs? Dallas beats the Giants. Obviously, they need to win out. Or do you let Washington pretty much beat you in the face and it is what it is? I think the Eagles hold the 7th overall pick right now. I think with some of these losses next week, they can hold a higher pick next week. Obviously, I'm not psyched about this game next week. We win. If we win, we win. It is what it is, but I'm not a fan of it. I'm not into tanking. I'm not into doing any of that, but, I don't know what else to really... I don't know. I don't care who makes it. I don't care if Dallas gets in. If we let Dallas in, we let Dallas in. They're not going to go further than the first round. Okay? It doesn't matter. So I see if, like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, if we got into the playoffs, I wouldn't be talking all this smack to other fan bases that were in the playoffs and kind of pump my chest. Like, I keep it to myself. I'd, celebrate, with other Eagles fans, and that's it. Other than that, I'm not going to go and troll people and say something about a division title, okay? Because let me tell you something. If all you care about is a division title, which most people do, okay? Doesn't matter at this point. I don't want to tank at all. Who said I want to tank? I don't want to tank. It's one game, regardless. It's only one game. It doesn't even matter. If we lose, we lose. We win, we win. I'm not saying I want to tank at all. I'm not into tanking whatsoever. One game, tank one game. They might as well win the game. It is what it is. And for the people who are saying that we got robbed in this game, we didn't get. We got robbed of a bad just. A bad play, by these refs, and that's it. But that's not the whole game, guys. Okay? It's not the whole game. It's unfortunate. It really is. It's really unfortunate that the Eagles had to play this way. And Jalen Hurts, apparently, from Doug's post game, said that he developed soreness or, what did he say? Lower body tightness in the second half. Affected him throwing the football. Could have been. I mean, he almost got killed. He almost got killed when Jordan Mailata, what was it, Jordan Mailata or Matt Pryor, someone messed up a block and he almost got creamed for a sack. At the end of the day, guys, before I blame Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts and Doug Peterson and the offensive line and the defense and the injuries, before I blame any of that, I am blaming the front office for creating this mess. We are the second most expensive team in the NFL. The second most expensive team in the NFL, and look what we're doing for it. You know what I mean? Look what we're doing. Look what we're getting out of it right now. It's literally utter embarrassing. It really is. It's really embarrassing. That's where the problems are going to be. And like I said, I would blame the front office before I blame anybody. Before Doug, Carson, Jalen Hurts, offensive line injuries, I blame Howie Roseman for everything. Luckily, we'll have maybe a top 10 pick. Luckily, they really can't mess up this draft. If they can make some hits on this draft this year, yeah. I think there's a lot of difference makers on this team, that, especially some of these injuries we have. I think there's a lot of difference makers, offensive line wise, with Brandon Brooks being hurt, Lane Johnson being out. I think there's Jack Driscoll. I think there's a lot of differences that could be here now. Rodney McLeod. I mean, Avonte Maddox, I'm not really a big fan of because he's just been getting beat all year, but it was better than what we had out there. It was to the point where we had to put Rudy Ford, and Rudy Ford's a safety. We had to put him at cornerback. Michael Jacquet got beat nonstop. And honestly, Andy Dalton just kept going to Michael Gallup the whole entire game. It took them 3 scores, and it took Doug 3 times, or Jim, whoever's making that decision, to pull the guy out. Because you obviously see that Michael Jacquet, his confidence just went down. As soon as he got beat like once or twice, it was over. It was over. His head was down. You got to have short-term. You got to have short-term memory loss when you're a cornerback. You can't dwell on a play that just happened. You got to keep fighting, and that's what you got to do. That kid just gave up, period. Michael Jacquet through most of this game as well. Roby Coleman, horrible. Couldn't cover CD. I mean, he can't play outside regardless. He can't even play inside regardless. And this guy was one of the best slot corners in the league. Okay, and look what he did today. Look what he did. Crazy. Got a super chat from Robert Dren. Thanks, bro. What up, Joey? Hope you had a Merry Christmas, bro. Let's take it to the Cowboys lose next week to Washington. I don't want to lose, bro. I don't want to lose. I'd rather end the season on a good note, and that's it. It is what it is. If we lose, it is what it is. If we lose, then you guys get your wish, okay? If we lose, you guys get your wish. By the way, this is going to be I'm going to be opening this up to people that want to come in and talk about the obviously anything about the Eagles or the game or whatnot. So I'm going to be doing that in a couple minutes. Been enjoying that. So, obviously, you start trolling or doing anything like that, you're going to get kicked out of here. I don't care. So, that's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. So, I don't know if Doug Peterson, I'm not sure if Doug actually has his job. I'm not sure if this really saved his job, to be honest with you. Some people think that it has. I don't think so because of 2 games this year. I don't think so whatsoever. Even playing relatively well in Arizona, even though it was a loss that didn't feel like a loss, and then facing beating the best team in the NFC in the New Orleans Saints. Okay. So there's a lot of rumors going around with how getting a new GM could happen, how he's stripped, or how he's going to be stripped of player personnel, or honestly he's just going to be getting out of here. Okay. Probably just going to get out of here. John Dorsey could be the next GM for the Eagles. Probably. I don't doubt it. Could happen. Okay? This team needs to shed salary cap. This team needs to make some we need someone to make some deals. We need to get rid of some guys without paying for the consequences of it. Okay? John Dorsey has already said, December 2nd, December 3rd, Rappaport came out with a tweet that a lot of teams are going to go after John Dorsey as a GM. And John Dorsey has said he wants to bring Eric B. from the OC for the Kansas City Chiefs with him as the head coach, though. So he wants to work with somebody there. Okay? And we'll see what happens. Doug is a good head coach. Play caller? No. This team wasn't prepared this week. This team, how do you look like this in a matter of like 2 weeks where they look pretty good? You know, there's going to be some issues. There's going to be some hiccups here and there. You know, the offense is going to play perfect. There's going to be some, even today, I didn't think like we're going to be perfect today. I looked at the Washington game. I was like, oh man, I mean, the Panthers are just creaming them right now. Dwayne Haskins gets benched. Okay? Gets benched. And then this, and then we have to deal with this. It's crazy. I mean, it's absolutely a disgrace. We don't deserve to be in the playoffs. That's just plain and simple. I don't want to get there because of luck. I don't want to rely on other teams. I hate relying on other teams to get us to the playoffs. I was so upset today. I literally was so upset watching this game today. I didn't even know what to say to myself, really. I just... You know, I can't even be mad at the players. I got to be mad at what they created a monster with this whole thing. Drafting Jalen Hurts till this day is just a bad move, and it was a bad move. And I'm not saying that because of how it's going now. I'm saying that because at the time that pick is not a good pick. It's still not a good pick till this day. Whether Jalen Hurts is playing well or he's not playing too good. It's still a bad pick. Okay, it's still a bad pick regardless. So, I don't know why I guess these fans have I guess nothing else to be excited for. I guess these Cowboy fans have nothing else to be excited for. They're begging us to beat Washington so bad next week. Like, do they even know they're gonna get shot down? Do they really care about a division title that much? Obviously, the Cowboys haven't been in the playoffs in a while, so obviously, they got to be happy about something. Something's got to brighten their day. So if that's going to make them happy for a first round loss in the playoffs, it is what it is. I'm not. If we made the playoffs, I'd be strutting myself to Eagles fans. I would be strutting myself to other fan bases to say, "Hey, we're coming for you guys." Like, come on, let's be real here. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Because I will make a video once the Cowboys lose, or the Redskins, or the Washington football team loses, or the Giants lose. Doesn't matter. I'll make a video regardless, and just say, "Okay, we're all on the couch now. It's done. It's done." So, I think this team has the right parts in this offense. I think, especially roster-wise, I think they have some good players. I think we found out this year that we actually found some gems. We actually found some guys that did some good things. I think we found something in Travis Fulgham. I think, you saw that one catch from, Quez Watkins, back-to-back weeks with some good touchdown last week, and then all of a sudden catching, obviously Jalen Hurts' legs, opened up that play a lot more. It's always going to open up another play. So there's a lot riding on this thing. There's a lot riding on this thing. So I thought Jack Driscoll. I thought we found some good offensive linemen this year. I thought we actually found some really good players that we're going to work with for the future. I'm actually excited. I think our offensive line is going to be very good in the future. I think we have some depth behind our starters. I think there's some good things to take out of this year. No need to be don't feel bad. Don't feel bad for them. Don't feel bad for the Eagles. They created this mess. They all created this mess. Okay? All you need is the eye test. The eye test will tell you what's working and what's not working. We could see it. We all see it. So at the end of the day, guys, before you blame anybody on this team, you blame this front office for creating this mess. Okay? You creating this mess. Defensively, this cornerback, obviously Darius Slay is fine. I'm not worried about Darius Slay, but they need to revamp this whole secondary. They need to get some picks. They need to grab some corners. They need to get on it with the secondary. I don't want Avonte Maddox here. I don't. He'll probably still be here, obviously still on his rookie deal, but Avonte Maddox, I can't stand it. Michael Jaquette, I mean, these guys are just in because of injuries. I mean, it is what it is. Okay? Marcus Epps at safety, he's so bad. He played a good game last week because he was in the right spot at the right time. Other than that, that's pretty much it. Other than that, that's it. I watched the Giants-Ravens game today. I'm looking at this defense for the Ravens. I'm like, Young. They got Patrick Queen. I mean, Marlon Humphrey got paid like $90 million. I mean, I'm seeing all these guys that have come up. And with good drafting, look what you get. You get a good defense. That you go into free agency. You go and spend a little money and fill up some positions. It is what it is. But, have high hopes. I'm glad that the season's over. I'm glad it is because I can't take this every week. I can't take it anymore every week. I really can't. I can't because this is just between over 70 yards and penalties. It's just disgraceful. It really is disgraceful. It really is. And it's like if there's no pass rush, our secondary gets exposed. This has happened since 2017. Since that Super Bowl. That's why at Super Bowl we had, especially against the Patriots, we had no pass rush that game, except that one play that was crucial. Ever since that Super Bowl, ever since that game defensively for our corners, we haven't been able to cover nothing. Okay? It has been horrible. Beyond. Darius Slay was definitely worth the money. I'm glad we spent it on him. Okay? I'm glad. But you let go of Rasul Douglas, playing well. He's had good games, he's had bad games, but he's been more productive than not productive. Sidney Jones has been pretty productive. Not playing like a first-round pick, but still productive. LJ Fort, not even 2 games we release him. He plays with the Ravens. Not even 2 games. He gets a 4-year extension with the Ravens. I mean, it's a problem. Talent evaluation, it's a problem. Linebacker-wise, unfortunately, Davion Taylor needs a offseason. He needs something. A regular offseason with 4 preseason games, a rookie minicamp. I mean, something, OTAs and, some more grass time, which we definitely lost, okay, with a lot of these guys. They never put Davion Taylor in at all. Never tried him out until later. Until later, like week 11 or 12, I saw him in. And he stunk. He stinks. I can't even blame him because how can I blame him when he's barely even playing? I like TJ Edwards is okay. I don't think he's perfect, but I think he's pretty good. Alex Singleton I think is playing fantastic all year. Alex Singleton's great. I don't think these linebackers can cover too. I don't think they're coverage linebackers too much, but I think Alex Singleton is the best linebacker of the bunch right now. And safety wise, Roddy McLeod is probably going to be gone. Jalen Mills, I want out of here. I'm just tired of him. I don't care what he's done. I really don't care at this point. Okay? There's a lot that's going on right now. So I'm going to start inviting people. There's 188 people. If you guys have subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We do this all year long. Eagles news every single day. If you guys haven't hit the like button either, hit the like button. You hit the like button, you support this channel. And really, it goes a long way, guys. Trust me, it goes a long way. If you guys haven't checked out some of my podcasts, some other stuff that's been going on, check some of my videos out. If you guys have it, memberships and everything else are down below with merchandise as well. I'm going to probably put this link in. I swear to God, if anybody trolls, not even just trolls, but if you do it, it's going to be a problem. So I'll have that kick button ready in 2 seconds, bro. Trust me. Trust me on that. Here's the link for the stream. Say your piece, whatever you want to do. Feelings about the game? Anything, really, at this point. Anything you guys want. I'm just glad it's over. Glad it's over. Can't even. The link is down below, guys. Just put the link in there. Got one here. Got oh God. I'm gonna get some stuff now. All right, so I gotta let one guy join real quick. Yo.
What is up, Joey?
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good, man. How do you feel? How do you feel tonight?
I feel accomplished because during my live stream, I was legit calling everything out as far as what the Cowboys needed to do and what was happening. And as far as Jalen Hurts is concerned, I was calling out what was going to happen. Now, see, okay, look. Everybody is on the Jalen Hurts train right now, right?
Right.
Do you think... Okay, so when it's Carson Wentz out there, you have Miles Sanders touching the ball, maybe 10 times a game?
Right.
But when it's Jalen Hurts out there, you have Miles Sanders touching the ball 12 times a half.
Right.
Do you think if they put that amount of effort in the run game for Carson Wentz as they do for Jalen Hurts, everything would be the same? Because I that's what I think. I think if you I've always said, your dangerous offensive weapon is your running back. I've been saying that for a couple years now, and it's showing now. Once you put in Miles Sanders, he has that home run ability. He has that 5 to 6 yards average carry.
Right.
But they don't use that with Carson Wentz. Do you think if they use that with Wentz, he can do what Hurts is doing as far as rallying the troops and scoring and win, and on his end winning games, not like Jalen Hurts where he's losing?
Well, the problem I have is that even with Carson Wentz, I think he's lost all his mobility to the point where he's not really a threat back there, either when you'd want to do a read option or something like that, like Jalen Hurts does. I just don't think Carson Wentz, and honestly, they haven't been using him like that. But it's more than that, because I think Carson Wentz and his mechanics, I just think mentally he's just been done.
Yeah, but my thing is they're using the run game more with Hurts, to protect him because he is a rookie. Do you think that if they use the run game more with Wentz, that it would open up a little bit more? Because in my opinion, I think if you use the run game the way you're using it with Jalen Hurts, if you use that with Wentz, shit would open up, and I think it would be a little bit better because Wentz is, in my opinion, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm defending Wentz, he's a better quarterback, in my opinion, than what Jalen Hurts is, only because Hurts is a rookie and you don't have tape and you don't have this, that, and everything else.
Yeah, no, I agree, because they have it, and once they started on the run when they had Wentz, when they used to use Miles Sanders with Wentz, and it worked out, they would, Doug would go, disappear from the run game, and then you're trying to play hero ball with Carson Wentz. Exactly. But I think it would, he just wants to play hero ball. That's That's been Carson Wentz's whole year. Is you keep the ball in Carson Wentz's hands, like you put pressure on Carson Wentz, he's done. I think you already know that. So I mean, and Miles Sanders, he runs the ball great. I mean, obviously our offensive line has been changed 13 times this year already, so it's a lot of injuries, obviously. So,
even still with the offensive line changing 13 times, he is still gaining 5 to 6 yards a carry.
Right.
That is still impressive.
Yeah,
you know.
Like he finds a little hole, and I mean that little burst of speed that he has. I even saw today, like where he found a little hole, and then all of a sudden, when he gets vertical, it's kind of crazy, and he's physical. It's like he's a bruiser back too, because he runs into people and does a good job. But I don't know what's gonna. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what the future holds or what's gonna happen. But
the way I have seen it is, Eagle fans, and I mean, this is including you and Philly Jim, y'all are all on the Jalen Hurts train. To me, I feel what Jalen Hurts has done, Wentz has done without a run game. When he had the run game, he went, what was he before he got hurt in 2017? What was his record? 11 and what? 11 and something? And then Foles took over.
Right.
If you add that run game to Carson Wentz plus a stout defense, dude, to me, like, and this is coming from a Cowboys fan, I think you're a top-notch fucking football team. And I don't mean to cuss, but you're a top-notch football team. But like Lord Brunson has said, you take away that run game and you do shitty calls against what Wentz's playability is, you're going to get what Wentz is being put out there for. Right. He's not going to be the great 2017 guy. Wentz was great because he had a run game. Every quarterback that has a run game is great. But you take away that run game and you play hero ball with Wentz, now what do you got? You got nothing. You have a guy playing hero ball trying to force stuff, and then you take him out, and then you put in a rookie, and then you have that run game that you had with Wentz, and now look at him. Yeah, everyone's on the Jalen Hurts train, even though he's losing, but he looks great because he has this awesome run game that was there that wasn't utilized for Wentz.
Right. No, so I agree. I agree. No, I'm with you on it. I really do. I just, the longer they kept the ball in Wentz's hands, and I understand, like with a running back, you take stress off your quarterback, and you bring up the Super Bowl year, like they had 3 monster running backs. I mean, like Corey Clement, LeGarrette Blount. I mean, they traded for Jay Ajayi. I mean, it was a 3 monster back. I mean, it made things so much easier because every running back brought something different to the table.
Exactly.
And I agree. I'm not disagree. So
that's the thing. Like, I'm over here, I'm a Cowboy fan, I'm over here advocating for Wentz only because I want certain Eagle fans to realize Wentz is not the answer for you. You need Carson Wentz to have that run game, to have that support with the wide receivers, with Goddard and what's his name? The other tight end.
Zach Ertz, yeah.
Zach Ertz. And he can be what he was 3 years ago. He can.
Right.
Like, and that's the thing. Like, it's just amazing to me how some Eagle fans just flip on a dime because he's not put in to me, he got his contract, and now it's all about wins. Right. It's not about the run game. It's not about anything else. It's about justifying his contract. Right. Or it's about justifying his contract. Plus, we as in the Eagles know what Miles Sanders is capable of. We don't want to pay him that because we cannot pay him that because of the cap hell we're about to be in.
Right. Over 60 million, close to 70 actually now. So a lot of players are going to be gone, but this is the second most expensive team it's really sad. Like second most expensive team in the league right now. I mean, you take the Jets last year; they spent 123 million fully guaranteed money last year, and look what happened. You know what I mean? So, and obviously, look, even with the Jalen Hurts thing, like I'm on board with any quarterback that is who's ever behind center. I support regardless. I don't really favor anything. I kind of just do the eye test and kind of see what I'm seeing all year. I think the offense just needs some type of change. I think Carson should have been benched at least week 4 or 5 of the season. I made a video after the first game. The first game against Washington. I was like, yeah. I mean, I said something's wrong with Carson Wentz. I said something's wrong. Something is wrong. And people said, give it a few games. I said, all right, I'll listen to you. But the run game has been, it's pretty much not been there with Wentz. And I don't know, Doug doesn't use him the same way. Everything changes. Like it's crazy because Doug has changed the whole offense. Like there are players that I would never expect to even be in games that he puts in games when Jalen Hurts is playing. But when Carson was playing, it was force feeding everybody the ball. The more he holds on to the football all game, I mean, to the point where they would bring Jalen Hurts onto the field and Wentz would be a receiver. I mean, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's just like it's a waste of time.
And I know how frustrated y'all got when Wentz was still the starter and Jalen Hurts would run out there for a run pass option and he would keep it and it's a -3. Like, I mean, I'm watching Philly 500. I'm watching you like after the game and all y'all are talking shit and like, this is old. Like, stop that shit. Like I get it. Like, y'all were tired of all that bullshit. And then y'all finally put in Hurts. And it seemed like things changed, but it was just you added things to Hurts to protect him because he is a rookie that you didn't add for Wentz to make him better.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what you're saying is like the organization is kind of, I guess, screwing him in some way because they're kind of treating him like
and protecting Hurts as far as adding certain things to the game plan that would benefit Wentz but didn't because he's getting paid so much and he's a guy he needs to make plays. When it's not like that. You need to have all the pieces around you to make the team better because it is a team game.
Right. No, you're right. You're right. But dude, I have a lot of calls. So
no.
And by the way, I know some of you Eagles fans. I know you're not gonna want to subscribe to a Cowboys fan, but actually, really cool dude. It's Boys for Life on YouTube. You guys have it. Please head to his channel, and we'll talk again soon. But good luck. Sir. You're gonna be rooting for us.
No, I'm rooting for you next week.
Yeah, you are.
I'm rooting for you against Washington. I'm rooting. And have a good rest of your night, man. Good night.
All right, you too, man. Thanks for coming in. Bye, man.
Yes, sir.
Good guy. He's a good guy. Actually, a Cowboys fan I respect a lot. And me and him have had some run-ins. We've had some run-ins in the past as well. So 188 people in here. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We do this all year long. Pretty much everything Eagles. If you guys haven't checked out some of my videos, guys haven't hit the like button either. Hit the like button. When you hit the like button, you're supporting the channel. So I do appreciate everybody being here today. So we're going to keep going on. We got Eagles Rule. What's going on, man?
Hey, man. Really just kind of disappointed in how the season's went so far. I'm really tired of hearing people say we're trying to play hero ball. I'm looking for a change this offseason. And I really think this offense needs to take a step in a certain type of direction and kind of pick a quarterback because, like, if we pick a certain type of offensive coordinator, I mean, that kind of is going to determine what kind of quarterback we go with. Do we go with more like a San Francisco kind of scheme where it's just more like Wentz fits in there with a specific type of play call, like how Garoppolo kind of fits in there and with the 49ers, or do we go with Hurts and more of a maybe like a Jim Harbaugh-esque Colin Kaepernick scheme, or as kind of what Baltimore's doing with Lamar Jackson in a way? It's very tough because I feel like I don't trust this organization to make those kind of choices, honestly.
So what are you looking for into next year between the front office to the quarterback position, change-wise?
I really feel like it starts with Jeffrey Lurie making a decision with what he sees this franchise becoming. Does he see it becoming more of a modern style offense, how we kind of see these other teams utilizing a quarterback position with their legs, or we plan on throwing the ball more? And I feel like that'll come down to who we hire as an offensive coordinator, and that big decision with the offensive coordinator will kind of reflect on how we go about playing games in the future, really. But the biggest thing we need to do is get some talent evaluators in here that know how to pick actual players, especially on defense.
So do you want Howie Roseman out the door, or do you want him just to be stripped of the two and just take care of the cap space? And what do you think about the John Dorsey rumors, or do you think he'd be the right fit? Obviously, he wants to bring in a head coach with him, and Eric B., offensive coordinator for the Chiefs as well. There's been rumors about that. So I don't know what you think about John Dorsey and pretty much the change there, or all the rumors going on there.
I like the idea of bringing somebody else in, give like kind of how we did with forget the guy from the Jets, where he kind of was helping, like being in Howie Roseman's hip pocket and stuff.
Joe Douglas, yeah.
I really feel like Howie needs that, kind of like how he needs somebody to kind of hold his hand and walk him down to the draft room and pick the right players and stuff like that. But honestly, John Dorsey, I've heard there's a lot of interest in him just to be building up. And if he's got a lot of interest and he's got a lot of potential, then why not give him that position and give him a run, give him a chance? I mean, I feel like that's better than what we are now. But I really feel like Howie does an okay job with managing money in a way. I know we're in debt next year, not debt, but like cap hell.
Right.
But and some of the years past, he's done okay with moving money, but really he's just all he's doing is kicking money down the line until we get down these type of situations. So honestly, I feel like we're old. We need to cut out a lot of old players and old money and move on to some younger rookie deals and stuff, and find those potential like gems in the later rounds, but also hitting the players in the beginning of the rounds, because we can't keep having the Andre Dillards, the Derek Barnetts, Sidney Jones, Nelson Aguilars. It's crazy just how much like talent we've had wasted. We could have had Marlon Humphrey. We could have had this past draft when we picked Hurts, they had J.K. Dobbins sitting around the board, and the last couple weeks he's just been killing it. I mean, if we were going to go to a running back by committee thing, him and Sanders would have been crazy. But, I mean, there's so much potential that just sit on the board with picking, and we've just not utilized it at all. But I really feel like the first step that this organization needs to do is find somebody who can evaluate talent, then make a decision with Doug Peterson and say, hey, play calling, you can have some input in it, and have a little bit of say-so of like what plays you want in the playbook, but the guy who's holding the reins of the offense needs to be somebody else outside of Doug Peterson. He's a good head coach, he's a good leader, but he's not good at being that central voice and making decisions on game day. And we saw that highlighted tonight, especially with the 4th and 15 call.
Right.
But, yeah, a guy I really like, if they do end up moving on from Doug Peterson, is Joe Brady. I know he's kind of young blood, but I really think he's an up-and-coming big name. And I like the quarterback coach for the Buffalo Bills, too, as our OC. If we bring in Brady, that would be a really nice combo. Especially if we're going to end up going on with Wentz in the future. We need somebody to fix mechanics and also somebody who's going to utilize running the ball. Because if you look at the way the Panthers play today, I watched that game some. I'm from the Carolinas, so they're big in this parts. But they run the ball at least 30 times a game, it seems like. And, right. With Miles Sanders in the backfield and stuff, I feel like it was a wasted effort with putting Howard in the game tonight. It just seemed like Sanders was getting like 6 or 7 yards a carry, and he would just hit the hole hard, but Howard just danced around the backfield, just maybe making a cut, get 5 yards. But there's so many little nitty-gritty things this team that just drive me ballistic. Like Greg Ward on punt return. Like, God.
I know. The special teams have just been bad regardless. I mean, we haven't had good special teams since like 2014. I mean, it's been a while. Dave Phipp needs to. I don't know, to the point where you get a punt return touchdown with Jalen Reagor, and then he just disappears, and they put Greg Ward back there still. And even Boston Scott on kick returns, like he just runs into the first wave of guys that comes in front of him at this point.
And we got lucky when that guy's foot hit out of bounds when he fumbled tonight. Oh, yeah. But what do you think about Doug tonight? If you go back and you watch the film and stuff, you'll see that they took Reagor out of the game and they ended up putting Jackson and Alshon in. Instead of playing the young guys, they kind of stuck with the old guys again.
I thought what Doug did today, some of these plays didn't make sense. I mean, we had a lot of third and shorts, and there's obviously, I know our offensive line couldn't hold up on certain plays. I think there's enough blame to go all around. These guys weren't prepared this week. These guys weren't coached the right way this week. I think even at Doug's post game, he even said that he's had a failed year with his team, and the blame goes on him as well as everybody else. I think he's getting humble about it now that pretty much. Obviously, he knows there's stuff that goes on behind the scenes that we don't know, but we could see it with our eyes. We could see how pissed off Doug Peterson could get when he's got to go up to reporters and be like, we had a bad game, but the excuses have to stop. The only thing that he has changed that he should have done earlier was a quarterback. Getting rid of players off this team and being successful elsewhere, or just being productive or more productive or just used the right way, like Rasul Douglas and Sidney Jones. LJ Fort goes to the Ravens not even 2 games in, gets a 4-year extension. I mean, there's things that just annoy me. And when it comes to this game, I thought, when Miles Sanders, when it works out with the run game behind Jalen Hurts, it's fantastic. There's a lot of things going on. And then to find out, Deshaun Jackson, after that touchdown throughout the game, Doug said at his post game that Jackson was dealing with soreness. He lost his explosiveness and kept him out of the game. And when he was in, he was just in there to grab some attention, I guess. But it really made no sense to keep Reagor out of the game. Your first-round pick's not even in a full game. It just makes no sense. Do
you honestly think that Jim Schwartz is going to make it to next week?
I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know. Like, I don't even care if he. I think what really raised flags this year was when Nate Gary was playing and he was messing up all these games. His coverage was horrible. He couldn't tackle. He's probably got the most one of the most highest tackles on this. I think Jalen Mills leads the team in tackles, but.
Mills needs to be gone too.
Jim was defending Nathan Gary so much he was like the Doug Peterson but on defense, and to the point where I can't stand when our corners are cushioned 10 yards off the line. I can't stand when we're playing a picket fence defense. I can't stand that. I can't stand when we have when. Every time it's the end of the year, we have this many injuries on defense, and we have nothing behind our starters. We have literally nothing. I mean, we're dealing with Marcus Epps. We're dealing with Michael Jaquette that got toasted today. I mean, it took 3 scores from the Cowboys for Jim to say, okay, let's get Jaquette out of the game, put Jalen Mills at corner, which I was more – obviously, we don't like Jalen Mills at corner either, but it's better because he's played that position when he got drafted all this time. And it's been a total mess. I thought that, obviously with Darius Slay, I think, he's been nicked up a lot this year. He had a pick today. I was happy about that. We get to the 28-yard line, and – we get pushed back in penalties nonstop. I mean, it's so embarrassing. And if if Jim Schwartz goes, then he goes. Honestly, I'd be honest. I'd rather him go than stay. I don't know if the Eagles should be in a 4-3 wide 9 scheme anymore. Maybe they should change the way they're doing things. I'm not really sure. I mean, what do you think about Jim Schwartz? Would you rather him go, stay? What your problem with his defense is? What do you think about it?
I feel like the big change in going from a 4-3 to like a 3-4 or something like that. Or I really like the Arizona Cardinals scheme where they kind of like that blitz package thing where they're man press like the whole game, like when they played us last week. It was just man throughout the whole game. I'm so tired of seeing like the offense bail out Schwartz or Schwartz not really like having a like. I mean, we've had games this season where we've had multiple takeaways, like last week with the Cardinals. But honestly, though, the Cardinals were in the red zone multiple times. I mean, they drove the ball down the field, and they could have scored and could have blown us out last week. But honestly, though, it's after the Super Bowl win, and we gave up like so many yards to Brady and all that in our secondary and stuff like that. It was his time to go. Then we should have saw it. I mean, the horizon was right there. I mean, he's outlived his time in Philly. And it's time that we bring in somebody who understands what man coverage is and not what off-man coverage is.
Right.
And instead of sitting there trying to play Rudy Ford at corner, or trying to put Mills in a situation where he's like Malcolm Jenkins 2.0, which he's not.
Right.
It's ridiculous where he's just trying to play people out of position. I mean, one thing that kind of bugs me, though, is if we do switch up schemes, is we have so much money invested in the defensive tackle position. I mean, if you move Fletcher Cox back to end, that makes sense, and put maybe Hartgraves as a nose tackle. And then you put, I don't know if Brandon Graham would be here still after this season. I know he's having a Pro Bowl year, but money.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, those three is your basic lineman, but then you have money invested in Derek Barnett, too. So, I mean, he's coming back on his fifth-year option. So, I mean, what do you do? I honestly am a big fan of switching defenses schemes up and moving Derek Barnett to like a stand-up outside edge rusher and having that 3-4 kind of the 3-4 scheme, but where Hartgraves back to his nose tackle position, you got Fletcher Cox kind of more on the outside, or maybe swap him around with Hartgraves and just come up with all these different packages and stuff. Right. But I really think the three biggest things we need to do this offseason are pick a quarterback, pick a scheme, and trade Andre Dillard.
Yeah, I don't even think he's going to make it anyway. His body can't even hold up in the NFL so far. Never mind make it past training camp. But when you talk about the defense, especially the scheme and everything, it could be something refreshing. We could be moving to a different direction. I don't know if that's the case yet. But I haven't liked Derek Barnett. I think I've liked Josh Sweat a lot more the more reps he does get. I think Josh Sweat is. Josh Sweat was supposed to be a first-round pick because he had, I think, knee issues, and he became a fourth-round pick from Florida State. So there's a lot of different things we could do with this defense. Obviously, you can't replace when Fletcher Cox is when there's no pass rush. This secondary gets exposed so bad. And you saw it today. When Fletcher Cox was out with the stinger, I said, Jesus, and here we go. Javon Hargrave has actually had a really good few weeks. He's coming into his own, being worth that, top 6 defensive tackle money. And then today, what did he do? Absolutely nothing, because he got double-teamed. All Malik Jackson does is throw a fit all the time. When things don't go his way, he gets mad. He wasn't sitting with the defensive line. He sat with the offense on the bench. He was mad about the game. And it is what it is. I mean, too much money at the defensive line position. A few guys already making over $10 million a year. It's crazy. Javon Hargrave I don't think he's lived up to his contract. I don't care if it was a few games. Brandon Graham was an exception because we couldn't go out in free agency and grab another defensive end because everyone got franchise tagged that year. So we kind of got lucky on a little bit of a discount. I guess it's still expensive, but still a discount and having a good year for him. It should be a lot of changes coming soon. It should be a very interesting offseason. That's definitely.
Do you think that Kelsey's going to make it the next year, or do you think he's gone?
I don't know. I speculate that he might retire after this year. It could be. It could be. So
yeah, and if he ends up retiring, I really feel like that's going to be our biggest hole in offense. I think besides left tackle and quarterback, your center is your next biggest position.
Yeah, no, it's definitely because
I I can't trust Sayamalu at center. God, I can't stand Sayamalu.
They put that other kid in a few weeks ago, Justiga or whatever his name is, that other center that they put in when Kelsey was out of, I think it was like a series or something, and he just played horrible. Obviously, whoever you put, because no one really, I don't know who our second string center is. I honestly don't even know. But hey, we'll cross that bridge when we cross it. We'll see what happens. So
I'm very tired of relying on UDFAs in this team. I'm ready to get production.
You can't build your team that way. That's like I said. I was talking to my Boys for Life before, and I gave an example. It was the Jets last year. They spent $123 million in guaranteed money on players, and look how their season turned out. You can't build your team on free agency. Like your free agency is supposed to be where if you want to get a position that you're not going to draft and you want something there for a few years that you can ignore the position for a few years or whatever, you go into free agency. You don't build your team in free agency. You don't free up all this cap space, then spend most of it in 1 year and say that, then the fans get excited that's going to be a Super Bowl year from all these marquee names that come in. So
I'm really ready for us to have a 1,000-yard receiver. I can't remember the last 1,000-yard receiver we had. Maybe D-Jax way back in the day.
I still think we need that number one guy. I think Rager, if someone comes in and if some OC comes in and uses these players to their strengths and puts them in good position to win football games, I think Rager will be a perfect complement to a number one guy. I think Rager is good. I think honestly, Aaron Moorhead had his press conference like 2 weeks ago and just talked about the injuries that Jalen Rager has had and, talked about he was a little stinted back a little bit from some of these injuries this year. I don't think he's going to be that number one guy. I think he'll be a nice compliment, but I don't think he's going to be that number one guy.
Do you have any preferences on wide receivers in this upcoming draft at all?
But pretty much the top two in Devonta Smith and getting Jamar Chase. You know what I mean? Like those two guys are probably on my top list right now. But it really depends. I want to see, obviously, with some of these other teams in front of us in the draft. Depending if we lose next week and there's some other losses, we could ultimately have the third overall pick of this draft after next week if things actually go the right way. And it looks like it could actually go that way.
We needed the Falcons to beat the Chiefs today, and that crap with the it's just like named Young Koo, the kicker for the Falcons. He missed that field goal in the last couple seconds.
Right.
And I was really pulling for the Texans to beat the Bengals today. I know that we would have been behind another draft position, but I really think that Miami's the team that's probably going to end up picking the first receiver if they don't get Sewell.
Could happen. Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, they might end up going quarterback too. You never know. I mean, I know they just drafted Tua, but he hasn't really panned out that well so far. They keep pulling him. But then again, who knows?
When draft time comes, never believe the hype, ever. I made that mistake before, and I have paid for it. So never believe the hype around the draft. And the draft is it's exciting. It's exciting when the draft is near, especially when you have a top 10 pick, and it's more exciting. So I'm gonna have to get to another call, man. I appreciate Eagles Rule for you coming in and giving your 2 cents, man.
You have a good night.
You too, bro. See you later, man.
See you, man.
All right. All right. We got 210 people in the chat. Guys, haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We go over Eagles news all year long. I cover everything all year. Check out some of my videos if you haven't hit the subscribe button. If you guys haven't checked out some of my videos and past live streams, check those out before you subscribe. Guys, haven't hit the like button. Hit the like button. When you hit the like button, you support this channel. It goes a long way. I appreciate it. Everybody coming in here. We hit over 10,000 subscribers 2 weeks ago. Fantastic. The support's been unreal. And we're just going to keep going here with more call-ins. I'm going to put the link down again if you want to come in here and give your 2 cents about this team. Damien, what's going on, man?
Hey, not much, man. How are you?
Good. How are you, dude?
I'm doing all right. I mean, taking this loss in, I guess.
Yeah, something we got to deal with. Obviously, what'd you think about tonight, just overall?
You know, kind of the story that kind kind of have dealt with all year. We don't seem to play very good second half, and that's kind of been a thing for years. Honestly, I was excited in the beginning, and I thought we could have pulled away, but play calling and penalties, it's just like, I don't know, it just don't seem like professionals out there. It's not good.
No, I don't think so either, man. I think that they didn't look prepared. They didn't look. It just it's these past couple weeks have looked good. Even winning against the best team in the NFC and then going to the Cardinals, which really didn't feel like a total loss in my opinion. A loss is a loss, but I thought relatively. I was looking at Jalen Hurts the past few weeks and want to see what he could do, and he was passing a lot more and. Then coming to this game, like you said, the beginning was very exciting, and it was awesome to see Deshaun Jackson go out, coming back and making a huge play, and want to see if this was actually going to happen, and it did. And then as the game went on, between like you said, the penalties and the bad play calling, and just it's just the whole game was affected by how we were playing, and both sides of the football especially. So. I'm actually glad it's over. I'm kind of glad it's kind of over now. Like we don't really have to, worry about anything else, and hopefully changes do come.
For sure. Yeah, I'm hoping for changes.
Yeah. So what are you looking forward to? As in, who do you want going, especially coaching staff wise, whether it's Jim Schwartz or Doug or Howie Roseman in the front office? What are you looking for this offseason?
Well, I will say, I think people harp on Roseman and Pierce most, but obviously they've shown that they can do it. I don't think that they are completely the reason. I think that Roseman should be stripped, like you said. But definitely, I think coordinators got to go. I mean, more offensively, more than defense. Schwartz is good. He can be, but just we don't know how to use our players correctly and to their full potential. And like we got, 53-man roster. It's like we only play the same 22 guys.
Right.
Team. But I believe coordinator and I believe. And Larry, I don't see how he can look at this and just not make any changes. I think someone's got to go. It's got to happen. And I wouldn't be surprised if something doesn't happen between this week and week 17.
Oh, I would get so. I mean, obviously, we're at a playoff contention now. I mean, we're eliminated now, so obviously it's open season now. So I'm looking for some type of change. I'm looking for something to happen. And you're right, something could happen next week. And honestly, if change is coming, I'm excited for it, and to see what Jeffrey Lurie has up his sleeve. And I think, in my opinion, the top of what has to happen is how something has to be done with Howie Roseman, whether he gets stripped of his power of player personnel or he gets thrown in the closet and just worries about the cap and works with the numbers for whoever we're going to sign, or whatever. I think talent evaluation is what led us to how bad this has become. And before I blame Carson Wentz, before I blame Doug, before I blame Jalen Hurts, the injuries, the defense, anything, I blame the front office for creating this monster from the start of this year, which is drafting Jalen Hurts. And I don't take sides in this, okay? Like, whatever quarterback is behind our center, I support them 100%. That's just how I am. I do the eye test all year, which is pretty much, I'm not a stat guy. I don't read stats. I don't go and put everything up online. I pretty much just see with my eyes and kind of just say what I see, okay? And that's pretty much it. And what I could see is that we had a quarterback this year that had a good month at the end. Last year, the last month of the season, we won the NFC East. Carson Wentz put the team on his back. He wasn't in the top 100 list, so he had something to prove. And we thought good things were coming. And unfortunately, totally turned into one of the worst quarterbacks this year. And we call it a down year. And I'm hoping that, I think the hardest decision that I'm so glad I'm not in their shoes to make the decision on Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz. I don't think you can have these guys together coexist with each other next year. I mean, you probably could, but I just don't think it's the right move. So I don't know what you think about the Jalen Hurts and Carson Wentz, QB competition. If you agree with that, don't agree with that, stuff like that.
I think they should have a competition because they both can play. They both can lead. I think Jalen's done a great job stepping in. Obviously needs experience. I mean, it's not fair to make excuses, but obviously, especially the rookies didn't get that experience that they needed beginning of the year without a preseason or anything. I think first thing, what Wentz has to work on his mechanics, and I'm tired of seeing guys just stand around and always these press conferences saying, "Oh, we got to be better, we got to do this better." But like, how long before you just actually take some action? I mean, nothing's happened. Wentz just has to fix his mechanics. Maybe like go to Jordan Palmer in the offseason, like Josh Allen or something. He just needs to take it seriously. I mean, he's $100 million quarterback, and I think that he is worth that. But he's got to prove it. He can't just be handed to him. And I hope that him being on the bench teaches him a little bit of a lesson. And honestly, I think maybe for the hell of it, Wentz might be the starter next week just to see what we get out of him again. But I think coming up preseason, a competition would be good.
Yeah.
But obviously, Hurts and Wentz in the same quarterback room might cause a little bit of turmoil. So we'll see how that works. And if we have a new OC, maybe we can actually use Hurts the correct way, like everyone was talking about at the beginning of the season. Because I think if he had more snaps, when he was used as a gadget guy early in the year, he was dangerous. He was, it had the defense on their toes. And I think there's a lot of things that we can do to evolve and become a sort of modern style offense. I honestly think that we are absolutely the best team in this division if we just used our talent the right way, like I said earlier.
Yeah. I think it comes down to as well, plus I respect the fact I've talked to guys like Philly 500 about it as well. Like personally, I was like, he wants a QB competition as well. I said, I kind of like, I'm like cool about it, but I'm not at the same time. But I understand, like I understand both sides of it. And, I think what didn't help either was this offseason we did have. The guys had barely any grass time. I'm not making an excuse, though, but, you're basing who makes the team, or you're basing some of these roster spots as well as this whole roster just on 2 scrimmages, playing your own team. And, there's a lot more that goes into it. And, and not only did you draft, a quarterback in the 2nd round, you draft a linebacker in the 3rd round, Davion Taylor. The guy's not even hitting the field until week 11, and then he stinks. And then it's like, well, how can I blame the player? He stinks. He hasn't hit the field yet. They haven't put him on the field. So what am I expecting from this guy when you don't play him, when you don't play certain guys, when certain players leave here, become successful somewhere else? And that's where you start to question talent evaluation, and then you start to talk about the coaching, and the coaching is the number one big problem. Evaluation and coaching is the 2 problems with this team right now. So,
yeah, for sure.
But, Damien, I do have some other calls, but I appreciate you coming in to give your 2 cents. Much appreciated, man.
Appreciate you for letting me in. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Anytime. See you later, bro.
Good night, bro.
Peace. Okay. It's going to be a crazy offseason. It's going to be nuts. Crazy. We're going to have Rigor Morris. What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good. You're loud and clear.
So I just want to take it back to the offseason last season,
Okay.
when we had the opportunity to grab a Hall of Famer in DeAndre Hopkins for what came out to be Jalen Reagor.
Right.
Why do we have the only dumbass as GM?
It's his way. It's always been his way. I really don't know, because if there is speculation that our scouting has been wanting to draft other players, and Howie Roseman has pretty much overruled that and want to draft somebody else, then that is a huge problem. I really hope it's not true. Even to get D-Hop in the building, I want D-Hop so bad. And I figured, right when we all think that D-Hop was going to be so expensive to get, and then you see it was only a second-round pick and getting David Johnson, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, they gave away a second in Johnson, but we could have did the same thing in fucking Boston Scott. Same player.
Yeah. They could have threw something in there. I mean, even if it wasn't a running back, I think they could have threw something in there with some value. But I think they just totally missed out because, honestly, what is the last trade Howie has done that was amazing, that kind of blew you away? When was the last trade?
Jay Ajayi?
Jay Ajayi.
When I woke up, it was like, oh shit, we got Jay Ajayi.
4th round pick. I was like, my buddy texted me. I woke up at 6 a.m. My buddy texted me like, hey, you just traded for Jay Ajayi. I said, really? And that's when we turned out with our three-headed monster backfield, which was fantastic. But so who do you blame the most? And that's just coming to the beginning of this whole thing since the Super Bowl. Who are you blaming the most out of? Do you think Howie Roseman is pretty much the most of the blame coming into every single year since the Super Bowl and how we've been producing?
It would have to be Howie.
Yeah.
For the simple fact of, dude, you built this team. You guaranteed Alshon Jeffrey's contract last year when he wasn't playing well. You turn around and guarantee his contract. Now he's $26 million towards the cap this season, and we're paying him $15 million to do nothing. When we already know that he doesn't like the quarterback that you have. We already know him and Wentz were oil and water. What's the point of guaranteeing his money and keeping him here?
He said,
Ertz. Like, you hold on to Ertz when another team wants him. We need to move on from him. Take the 2nd or 3rd pick they're offering.
After the draft, Howie Roseman said that someone asked him about, is there going to be trouble down the road with drafting a quarterback in the 2nd round? He said no. And that's when he mentioned the QB factory. That's when he mentioned that, no, this can't happen. No, of course not. Why would this create? I mean, when you draft a quarterback in the 2nd round, do you not think that the fans or do you not think that the media is going to be like, why are you doing this? And are you going to have a new quarterback, or is there something wrong? Is something going to happen down the road? Like, this is what I don't get. And I don't get what goes through his mind.
I'm in agreement with you there. Because I'm like this. You got people saying that Carson Wentz has a weak mentality. Okay, cool. He balls out, goes 11-2, tears his ACL while throwing a touchdown on the torn ACL. Cool, did his thing. But then you put a statue up of Foles that he has to look at daily. All right, you get rid of Foles. Then you turn around and take Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
What are you saying to Carson? Yeah, we paid you, but we're constantly going to think that you can't get it done.
And the problem is, I don't know why the Eagles don't use Carson Wentz the same as they do with Jalen Hurts. Why are other players playing with Jalen Hurts? Why are players that we want to play with Carson Wentz are playing with Jalen Hurts? Why is Quez Watkins getting snaps now? Why is all these other guys getting snaps now? You know what I mean? Like, they just totally changed the offense. And, like I talked to a Cowboy fan earlier today, one of my good buddies, and pretty much said, he's a big Miles Sanders fan. He loves Miles Sanders. Thinks he's going to be a monster back with this offensive line. And he was like, you know what? Like, if you use Carson Wentz in that certain way where you actually balance the run with the pass, because you cannot play hero ball with Carson Wentz because all he wants to do is make a big play. And honestly, where's Carson Wentz's mobility on top of it? Because I don't know how many cheeseburgers he ate in the offseason, but Jesus Christ. I mean, he's looked that bad. I mean, I can't believe he's actually looked this bad. If you were to tell me this past offseason, if you told me that Carson Wentz was going to get benched, I would have laughed in your face.
I'd have laughed right along with you. But I don't think that what was it last year? It was a historic defensive line draft, but we took Andre Dillard, who was crying.
We went the total opposite. We went the total opposite in the draft.
I mean, the coach has to talk to him about being tough as an offensive lineman. Are we serious right now? Are we, like, for real? This is who okay, cool. That's another blown pick. And that's a Howie Roseman thing.
And not even just that. You draft Andre Dillard in the 1st round. On top of everything else, you put Jason Peters in front of him. You don't even get the guy playing time. You pretty much redshirt him his first year, and then when Jason Peters got banged up a little bit, you put this guy in 3 separate games. They put him at right tackle for 1 game, blew his confidence out of the water, and then now his body can't even hold in the NFL right now.
Yeah, he didn't finish that game. I think it was first quarter they pulled him. They pulled him after the first quarter, and then he said, "It's like trying to write an essay with your opposite hand." I don't want to fucking hear that. I don't fucking.
It's bad. Are you there? I think I lost you. I think I lost you. Is it me? Is it me? I think I lost your rig. Oh, wait. I got it. I'm good. Sorry. It was me. My bad. No, it was funny. Sorry. That was funny.
I mean, it's the truth, dude. It's the truth, man. I mean, I get tired of going into these seasons like, all right, on paper, we look nice. And then it's just a disappointment. Bro, we're running the ball well to open the game. We go up 17-3, and then all of a sudden, Doug's like, we don't got to run anymore. Miles, you had enough touches. He's a stud. Every other team gives their stud running back the ball. Doesn't matter what's going on. We're going to give you the ball. We're going to give you a chance to get us out of this hole. Right. He's leading the league in 70-plus yard touchdown runs. Are you serious? What's he got, 3 this year?
Yeah.
But we're just not going to give it to him.
No. And you know what else pisses me off the most is that we pick up these marquee names that are way out of their prime. We pick up names like Deshaun Jackson's 5 years too late. Honestly, I'm sorry, but the guy Doug Pearson said at his postgame today, he said that Deshaun Jackson had, as the game went on, he had lower body soreness, which he lost his explosiveness and had to be kept out of the game.
Yeah, right.
I mean, this guy just came back today, and he's already having soreness.
You know what that was? It was, let me put something good on tape for the other 31 teams because I know I ain't going to be here. And I ain't getting hurt for you.
You pick up Nickel Roby-Coleman's another one. Trash as well. I mean, this guy was the slot god, hashtag slot god. The guy that's the top 5 slot corner in the league. What has he done this year? Absolutely nothing.
Bro, we came into the season with 2 of our corners being 5'9" or less. And I'm sorry, I'm 5'9". I ain't stopping those 6'2" corner receivers out there.
Right.
It ain't happening.
No.
And I'm so tired. I heard you earlier. I'm so tired of Jalen Mills, the finger wag. I'm tired of everything with this dude. I'm tired of this dude. Big time. Big time. Yeah. I'm tired of if there's no Fletcher Cox, there's no pressure from the defensive line. What are you paying all this money for the defensive line for? Why do we have all this money tied up in the D-line? We don't have any good linebackers. We can't go into next season with Singleton being our best linebacker.
No, definitely not.
I mean, if you look at this past draft, look at Queen. Look at how Patrick Queen is balling.
I know.
Just look at Laviska Shenault with Jacksonville. We could have went Queen and Shenault 1 and 2, and they're playing better than what we have out of the punt returner and Rager, because he's a punt returner. Let's be honest.
Yeah. I don't know with Jalen Rager. Like, I know that, Aaron Moore had said something 2 weeks ago about, the stints that, he's had a little setback because of the injuries he's had, and maybe he's not 100%. I don't know. I don't know if Rager's really going to be that, that number one guy. And I'm sorry, but I think he'll be a good compliment, but I don't know if he's going to be that guy. I think we still need to get that number one guy regardless.
I think if we could find somebody who can just play that X spot, and just put Rager in the slot permanently. See what we can do.
Yeah.
Put him in that ward role.
Yeah. I think it'd be a good start, but should be a very exciting offseason. Probably a lot of things are going to happen, so we got to look out for that.
Yep. But, all right, man. Have a good night, man.
You too, man. Thanks for calling in, bro.
Thanks, man.
Yep. All right, next we got... hold on. We got... Okay, let me make sure the stream was still up. Something just happened. 214 guys in the chat. Appreciate everybody being here today. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We're going to be doing this for a while. It's going to be a busy off-season. The off-season videos will be coming sooner than expected, so expect all that. If you guys haven't hit the like button either, hit the like button. When you hit the like button, it goes a long way. Do appreciate everybody being here today. We're going to bring in Big Pain. What up, bro?
What's good? Know what I'm saying? You know, I do YouTube as well too. So now I'm saying if you ever want to check that out, same name, Big Pain. But
all right.
But you know, a lot of fingers like to get pointed out. A lot of people like to blame different people. But I'm happy that Carson Wentz got benched so that way we were able to see, you know, if it was really him. In certain games, it looked like, you know, maybe it might have been him, but then it came back to, you know, Doug Peterson never sticking with the inside run. So that's just, you know, Cowboys have one strength on defense, and that's linebackers. So I don't get why would we get them in the mix by running sideline to sideline. That don't make no sense. Like, they can't cover up the middle, and that was, like, easy. We ran up the field, like, in 3 seconds with running the ball. I mean, like, it was crazy. I don't get it. And so whoever we got at quarterback, you know, the play calling got to change. You know, I think Doug needs an OC, and you know, Howie Roseman is just like crazy to me. Like, a lot of people give him a lot of credit, but you know, our best players are like 30 years old. Our old linemen and a defensive lineman, and those dudes was either drafted by Andy Reid or Chip Kelly. So I don't give Howie Roseman no credit for this team that won the Super Bowl. So that's my take on this team.
Yeah, is Howie Roseman looking good with this Jalen Hurts pick now? Is he going to take all the credit? Is he going to look really good now with this second round pick?
You know, that pick, you know, at the end of the day, you know, Jalen Hurts 1-2 at the end of the day, so he doesn't look good with Jalen Hurts as well. And
right.
the thing is, you know, Jalen Hurts looks good, so how he handles this quarterback situation will determine if he stays or goes, because you have to get, I believe, whichever quarterback you can get the most from, like in regards to like trade value, that's the one you trade. You know, I'm personally a Carson Wentz guy, and I think it's going to be hard to move that contract. But, you know, I think for Jalen Hurts, I think he showed enough in those few games to get a lot of picks back. Or, you know, 'cause I don't think people going to want Carson Wentz, to be honest. I'm not going to lie. So, you know, that's what I'm scared about, you know, be trading the wrong guy, and then, you know, it'd be a situation where one guy does good, because a lot of people are leaving Philly and doing better. So we got to look at that as ourselves, like internally, or what are we doing wrong?
Yeah, and you could have an evaluated guy or somebody that comes in, whether Doug stays as the head coach. I don't think his job is safe. I mean, I think he's a great head coach, but as a play caller, something's got to change. I mean, just how he has worked with two quarterbacks he's done two different things with this offense. He's actually involved more guys in this offense with Jalen Hurts than with Carson Wentz. He's run the ball a lot less with Carson Wentz. I think, you know, Carson didn't really have a run game. I think that's what made him very successful in 2017. Obviously, he had mobility, which doesn't have it anymore. And, you know, if that's the case, then we need to run the football. And, you know, that's what's got to happen. And I don't know if Doug is going to be here. So you might have a head coach that comes in here and says, maybe Carson Wentz isn't my guy. You know what I mean? But obviously the GM has to come into this mess that we have right now and figure out how to free up $60 million in cap space. And a lot of this is going to be shed down. Trades could happen. And, you know, it's going to be a big change coming next year. So.
Yeah, definitely. You know, they dug themselves in this hole, though. So this is on them. This is on the front office right here. And coaching as well.
Yeah, before you blame anybody, like before I blame Carson, Jalen, Doug, defense, Schwartz, injury, anything, you blame Howie Roseman for anything, because he created this monster from the start, and this has happened since the Super Bowl, and it just keeps it, and it has caught up to us, unfortunately. Yeah. So
I'm happy it happened this way, whereas though it could show who's really to blame. I feel as though, because, you know, Metcalf and Justin Jefferson is going to haunt us for years to come. That's how I feel about it, and as they should, because people call Eagles fans the worst fans on earth, but we keep being right on who we should and shouldn't pick. You know, that's how I feel about it.
At the end of the day, it's all about the logo. You can't get them. At the end of the day, it's all about the logo, bro. Like, you can't be emotionally attached to everybody. Look, there's Eagles players I will love forever, but at the end of the day, man, like, if you can't play here, you got to go. And it's going to be hard to move this Carson Wentz contract. I don't know what's going to happen. Some people want a QB competition. Me, I don't want a QB competition. That's me. And obviously with the people that are like, like us that say, hey, Jalen Hurts had, I think he's the guy. He's had a few, he's beat some pretty good teams. Obviously the Arizona game didn't feel, it was a loss, but didn't feel like one because we saw a lot more from Jalen Hurts as he was, passing the football, and the passing game was a lot. Obviously we ran in the Saints game a lot. I mean, two between Miles Sanders and and Jalen Hurts with over 100 yards rushing by themselves. So it's going to be I don't even want to be in their shoes. I really don't. Like, this decision is going to be, it's going to be crazy. Like, I don't even know what's going to happen. Like, I have a feeling that some type of move will happen since we're out of playoff contention now, and I'm actually glad it's over. Like, I'm glad it's done with, and we can start looking. I don't care who makes it. If we win, the Cowboys get in. I could care. What team is anyone in the NFC East going to make it past the first round? I mean, realistically, no.
And that that's the thing. Like, I'm actually personally, after we lost those 2 games coming out the bye, I actually was with the tank mode. A lot of Eagles fans don't like to hear that, but it's like, people say if you got to fight a chance, and if you get to the playoffs, you got to fight a chance. But let's be honest, like, Eagles not doing no damage in the playoffs, and with this division, it's like one draft pick could flip the table. And you look at it from this angle, Chase Young is that draft pick that flipped the table for the Redskins this year. Like, the Giants got Saquon. Like, it's our turn to get a top 10 pick. Don't get me wrong, I would love to win, but it's our turn to get a game changer on either side of the ball. I don't care, but we got to hit on this top 10 pick, and I'm scared that Howie Roseman gonna get another D tackle or a quarterback for his factory. I'm scared, man. Like, I don't know.
It is scary. Keep the draft picks away from Howie Roseman, please.
I'm scared, man.
Because I never believed the draft hype ever. Never. I've done it, and we used to believe like the rumors, and you're only gonna get your heart broken when Howie Roseman is the GM. So that's definite.
Definitely.
All right, Big Pain. I'm gonna let you go, bro. Have some other people in here.
All right, thank you.
All right, no problem, man. Have a good night, man.
All right, you too, bro.
Okay. Oh, well, I had 2 other people, and they left. Okay, never mind. Maverick says we need a shutdown corner. Well, that's easier said than done, bro. You can't just go out and pick a shutdown corner. Shutdown corners don't come. There's not that many shutdown corners in the league, bro. There's not many out there. So when you get a shutdown corner, like, they're hard to come by. Dime a dozen, bro. It's easier said than done. All right, I have the link up top, guys, and I just put the link for if you guys want to come in and give your 2 cents. I'm here. We've been on for an hour and 39 minutes. This organization has done Carson wrong, but at the same time, Carson has done himself wrong as well. So, unfortunately, this is what happens. This is definitely what happens. All this, but it is what it is. Okay, we're good. Annis, what's going on?
Hey, Joey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, except for losing today.
Yeah, it's a pity. It's a shame.
Yeah, I have a big issue with Doug. I'm ready for him to go.
So with Doug Peterson, so how did you just feel about this game in general today? What about even Doug's play calling or just anything in general? What really made you mad the most out of this game tonight?
Definitely his play calling.
Yeah.
I listened to his post-game press conference and him just saying he has to evaluate himself to see if he's been making the right decisions and everything for the team. And, dude, if you haven't figured that out by week 4, there's an issue. And the fact that we're not running the ball against a 32nd worst defense against the run in the league. I mean, with Miles Sanders, everything was clicking in the beginning of the game because it was balanced. And then for whatever reason, he decided, well, that's working, so let's not do that anymore.
Yeah, no, it got real ugly to the point where, I mean, I even looked at the post game for Doug and pretty much said that Deshaun Jackson was developing soreness, I guess, and I guess his explosiveness was lost, quote unquote, and they had to keep him out of the game. So I was wondering why Deshaun really wasn't used anymore the rest of the game. I thought it opened a lot more up, and I said finally, like last year at the last month of the season, we were kind of missing that speed, and Deshaun Jackson not being around kind of hurt us a little bit. But we had a lot more issues than that. But this game, though, it symbolized what we really had, what has been going on since the Super Bowl, and I think it's caught up to us to the point where talent evaluation and we're too many bad contracts, and everything's just been a total mess. And our starting quarterback in Carson Wentz has been a total mess mentally, and they created a monster this year. And drafting Jalen Hurts, I still don't agree with that pick till this day. Regardless if Jalen Hurts plays good or bad, I still don't agree with that pick. But we should be expecting some big changes this offseason.
Well, let's hope so, because I don't think Doug is never going to be a coach that's going to balance the offense. I think Frank Reich was the only one who could get through to him on that point, and he's not here anymore. And the fact that he doesn't have an offensive coordinator and it doesn't seem like he could work with one anyway just makes me think we're just going to keep going through this year after year as long as he's here.
Yeah, I don't think Doug doesn't want to give play calling to anybody. I mean, he's got offensive assistants, but it's really embarrassing that you have one offensive assistant in Rich Sangrell that only does, if you notice earlier in the year with Carson Wentz when he did the 2-minute drill or hurry up offense, the offense actually looked better. I mean, not by much, but it looked better, and that's because Rich Sangrell was taking over those plays. And then he had a chart for 2-point conversions on probability. If he goes for 2, then there's a certain percentage of if he's going to win the game or not. It's just there's no common sense. No, I don't like the offensive assistants. I don't like the whole having all these ideas, I guess, to give Doug. And with Press Taylor being a quarterback coach, and Press Taylor has no NFL experience. Press Taylor played community college football, and that's it in his whole life. So there's I'm hoping something gets done, not even just offensively, but defensively as well. And like I said, the contracts are bad, and we have to get to drafting right, getting younger, and shedding some of this cap, because it's a lot of money right now.
Right, it is ridiculous. And if they did tell Carson to gain the weight to try and help protect himself, but then didn't realize it was going to affect how he plays, and then didn't coach him on it, then that's on them.
Yeah.
And that's a shame. I mean, I like Carson, but, I'm for the team. Whoever's on the field playing, that's who I root for. But I just think that they did him wrong. And I'm not a Carson Wentz apologist. He's the guy who got us to the Super Bowl. People seem to forget what he did for us in 2017.
Yeah.
And I think he still has it. I think he just has to find it again. But I think that the problem is with Doug and Carson. I don't think he knows how to coach him. And I think Carson questions him because he's such a student of the game. And I think sometimes with Doug's play calling, he has to be thinking, like, what the heck? What are we doing here? He just does nothing to put the players that are on the field in a position to win, and I don't understand that. And Deshaun Jackson's coming back from an injury. Why is he doing a flip when he scored the touchdown? That's probably why he couldn't come back in the game.
I don't doubt it. I mean, at this point, I really don't. Just like he's showboating. Like, just get in the end zone, get to the sideline, and call it a day. Like, you don't gotta do all this extra stuff. Yeah, I was excited to see, but he didn't have to do all that extra things on the field. You know what I mean? So it
is maddening though. Like, they interviewed Miles Sanders, and they're asking him, what do you think's wrong this season or this game or whatever? And he said, oh, the penalties hurt us. It just seems like nobody's honest. And I get they have to say certain things when they're doing their press conferences, but are they being honest with themselves and with the coaches? When the reporters aren't around, like, are they saying, why aren't we running the ball? Like, I've seen receivers on other teams get up in a press conference and say, I want the ball. They're not getting me the ball enough. Like, that's honesty.
Yeah.
It's
some players are just, a lot of players, especially in this organization. I don't know one player that really says it like it is, and I like those type of guys. Honestly, I like those type of guys, but we just don't have those guys, unfortunately. I think hearing Doug and Carson all year saying the same thing at every post game, I think that's what really annoyed everybody. And even at these post games with Doug, you could see he's annoyed, and you could see the questions that he's going to be asked, and he gets really mad about it. And
he's an egomaniac. He's. The fact that he wrote a book after he won the Super Bowl. And what's funny? Like, I bleed green. I've been an Eagles fan since the day I was born. I didn't even think about buying that book because I just thought it was just really cocky. And I don't know. It just didn't seem like the timing was good for that. Just something about him just rubs me the wrong way. And I honestly think that Frank Reich was the brains of this whole operation.
John DeFilippo too, both of them.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I know that he made the big decisions in the Super Bowl and all, and that was great and everything. But Frank Reich was the planner. He was the guy. Watching the Colts today, and it's our team in 2017.
Reincarnated.
Yeah, and it's aggravating because it's just so balanced, and it's a shame they lost today. But that dude's got a 10-5 record and may not make the playoffs. How crazy is that?
Yeah, it's we're seeing a coach that used to be here now. His team's going to the playoffs, and honestly, if like I said, like I think about you too. It's all about the it's about the logo and who could play here. Before having these emotions towards players and everything, but this is, like these guys don't deserve to go to the playoffs.
No, they don't.
They should have benched Carson week 4 or 5 of the season. They should have benched him earlier. Something had to get done. If it was any other team, they would have benched him. He would have got benched after 3-4 games. I can't be wrong about that, but.
No, I definitely agree with you there. And what's really crazy to me? Why more coaches don't model Bill Belichick? I can't stand New England Patriots or him, but he's a Hall of Fame coach, right. And he doesn't care if you're getting paid $90 million, but a guy getting paid $100,000 is playing better than you. He'll bench your ass, Not here.
And it's not even that. And it's not even that though. Like with them, they have a great team, a great scheme, and they had a great scheme for a long time. They could plug in any player, a player you never heard of in your life.
Exactly.
And they have all this cap space still, and they don't overspend. We're the second most expensive team in the NFL right now.
Look at our record.
Look at our record. You take an example. Last year, the Jets, $123 million in guaranteed money was spent last year. Look what the Jets did last year. It's a total joke.
It's insanity. It's more a business than a game. It didn't even feel like a true rivalry, this game, for whatever reason. I don't know. I don't know why. It just didn't feel like that usual fight,
I know.
Matt Pryor is just horrible. He's got to go too.
He will. He won't be here. I think that one of the bright spots to this team in the future, definitely, if Jason Kelce is still here. I know he's got one more year on his contract, but I think the offensive line is one of the bright spots. I really like Jack Driscoll. I really like Nate Herbig. I really like Jordan Mailata at left tackle a lot. I think he's got some mechanical issues here and there, but for a guy at 6'8", 350 pounds, and he's got violent hands, offensive line wise, I think we're looking pretty good right now with Brandon Brooks coming back. Obviously, you're not going to get rid of him. He just got paid a lot of money, and then
right.
Lane Johnson's been
hurt
a lot.
With Brooks. I'm all right with Brooks. I think, I think it doesn't matter who plays quarterback as long as Doug is calling the plays,
right?
Because he doesn't call plays to protect the quarterback. Now he sort of did when Hurts started playing. He started running the ball more, but then once he saw that that Hurts could throw the ball and have success with it, then it's like he totally abandoned the run again.
Yeah.
So it's just so
right.
crazy to me.
Yeah, I know. It's been up and I'm glad it's over. Like I'm glad I don't
So
care.
am I.
I really don't care who goes to the playoff. I don't care whether it's the Cowboys or what. I don't care. It is what it is. And I just want changes to be made. And you know what? Whoever comes in here hopefully does a good job, and we'll just see what the future holds. So it should be a busy off season.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense week to week. It's like Jordan Howard played today, but he didn't play last week. Fulgham's not in because Alshon's getting paid, so he's in, but he's not producing like Fulgham. But okay, well, doesn't matter, I guess. Do they want to win? I don't know. It doesn't seem like it to me.
Another speculation I do have is putting in Alshon Jeffrey, putting in Zach Ertz is going to put their trade value up too, so they could definitely be trade value. Now, I don't know what you're going to get for Alshon Jeffrey, and I really don't care. I'd give him away for free, to be honest. I mean, Zach Ertz, I think his time is done here. You're not going to pay 2 tight ends. It's not going to happen. Dallas Goedert's the future. There's no doubt about that. He was on IR earlier in the year, and we tried to at least, we had some offers from Green Bay and the Ravens apparently for a trade for Zach Ertz, but you can't trade anybody that's on IR, so that was out of the question.
Right.
So there's, it's
Ertz hasn't really made his case this season for being traded. I mean, and for us getting something good for him, honestly. And I don't know what it is. If it just didn't, even when he was healthy, it just didn't seem like he was with the program or something. I don't know. I mean, maybe Doug's lost the locker room.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're frustrated, but I don't think the players have ever turned on Doug at all. I don't think that's the case. I mean, if that's the case, it would have happened a lot earlier. I mean, it would have happened. I mean, I think they're just frustrated. I don't think the locker room has turned on him really, but they're just obviously there's sides that are taken, whether it's what quarterback should be in, and I don't know, but it should be interesting. It's gonna.
Yeah, I don't ever remember this team being such a mess. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just I don't know if I can go through another season like this. Yeah. I just hope that they fix these things and they get rid of who needs to go and they make changes. And I was so looking forward to this season. I worried more about COVID being an issue, and it really didn't. I don't think it hit our team as much as it hit some other teams.
Yeah, I didn't think we were gonna even have a football season this year at all.
Yeah, I didn't either. So it was kind of that. I thought it was a blessing that we did, but it hasn't been. This whole year has been just a nightmare. So It is what it is.
Yeah. All right, Anna, I got some other calls here.
All right,
so I mean to cut you off.
With you. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year to everybody. And the season is over. It's over.
It's over. All right, take care, Joe.
All right, thank you. You too. Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay, we got Benny Boom. What's going on?
What's up, Joey?
What's going on, bro?
Man, I watch you every day. I be missing your live sometimes, but I get the notifications, then I watch it later.
I appreciate it, man. All the support, it's been real, so I appreciate you supporting, man.
Oh yeah, I am not mad about today's game because I didn't really want to see them win this game to get all hyped up to go into the playoff or winning the division with a sorry behind record. No. Earlier, I said to my wife, I said, I don't want them to win today. And she was asking me why. She kept asking me why. And I said, because there's no need to get all hyped up to go to win a division title with a sorry record. A sorry record. But I never seen a group of guys, young guys, try their hardest to play a game as much as I seen these young guys play. Last week I was so happy when I saw Quez get his first touchdown. Where has he been? Where has that guy been? I listened to you every day, and you was saying about how Fulgham was our leading receiver, was the leading receiver, through the season at one point, and then he disappeared. And I agree with you, Joey. Alshon took so much rep.
Mm-hmm.
Hightower, Vogel, Quez. I never was an Alshon Jeffrey fan. Even when he was in Chicago, I was never a fan. I didn't see it. Okay, he did some things for us when he came here.
Right.
He did that so he can get that contract. Because look how fast they let Torrey, who was that? Torrey Smith, right?
Yeah.
Both season. Look how fast they let him go. But you gonna keep Alshon because he's a big target. A big target don't mean nothing. Look at
they gave him a 4-year fully guaranteed contract, $54 million.
They should have gave it to you, Joey. You probably would have.
I could use that money right now. I could use it.
It's bad.
It's bad, bro.
Listen, in this game, man, is a good running game. You got Miles Sanders. Okay, I don't really see him as a 3-down back, but I can see him as a back that you can, he can run the east and west. But we need the north-south runner. That's what we need. That's what we need. And then with Brooks coming back, I'm not a fan of Dillard. I keep Jordan Mailata in there because oh my God, that boy is a beast.
Yeah.
Yo, this is a rugby player playing football who is actually, if he get his hand technique down, he would be one of the best offensive linemen you will ever play the game.
6'8", 350, bro. Like, where do you find those guys at that size?
Australia.
Australia.
Listen,
Australia.
You know who else can be good offensive linemen? Sumo wrestlers. Because all they do is push you around.
I think it's I think the offensive line is a definite bright spot for the future. I do. I mean, depending on what happens with Jason Kelsey, unfortunately, but
yeah. Could you plug Driscoll and Herbig in there, man? I didn't think them guys was going to, play as good when they drafted them. I'm like, damn, what? And then when they got in the game, okay, the first game of the season, it was a learning experience for them, but they got better. Mainly Herbig. Look how Herbig held up.
Yeah, he could play both guard spots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Easy. The more positions you could play, the more worth you're gonna have, especially with this offensive line. Forget it.
Because I'm up here doing my mock draft for next season, man.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing. I'm doing my mock draft. And if I can't remember the guy from Alabama, wherever we pick, I know we're gonna be in the top 10.
Right.
If the what is it, Devontae something? If he's there,
Smith.
Yeah, there you go. If he's there, whoever our GM is going to be, and I hope it ain't Howie. If they pick him, he's a game changer. He's a game changer. You can put him, you can move him all over the place. Jalen Reagor, I see him more as a slot receiver, punt returner. He's not a true number one, but he can be that plug-in person that would complement a number one.
Right.
But
what do you think of Jalen Reagor?
Oh, I love the kid.
Mm-hmm.
I love the kid. I actually, watch a few games that he played, and I was like, wow, he got game. He just has to be in the right type of system, and Doug's system is not right for him.
Yeah.
I
agree.
It's not right for him. Put Jalen Reagor over there in Kansas City, along with Tyreek Hill.
Oh, damn.
You see it, Joey? Can you see it?
I know. Yeah, and it's a track star. It's a track star receiver group. It's ridiculous.
And see, and that's what I think Doug is. He's trying to be Andy. If he told Jalen Hurts to be Jalen Hurts, Doug Peterson need to stop trying to be Andy and be Doug Peterson.
Yep.
Am I right?
I agree. Yeah.
So, I mean, after the fourth game of this season, man, when I saw how we was playing, I just said, you know what? I'm just going to keep watching these young guys develop. I'm not going to get hyped over this season because we ain't going to go nowhere.
Yep.
And then when we had our bye, when we played the Giants and we lost, I said, oh, we ain't winning this division. Because how in the heck did this happen to us, Joey? I don't know.
It's caught up to us now. It's literally caught up to us now, especially since we haven't been draft. Like when you don't draft right when you have 50, when Howie Roseman drafts 50 players, and you only draft like 2 Pro Bowlers at that amount of time. Yeah, it's gonna hurt. Before Howie Roseman was GM, we drafted 14 Pro Bowlers in 18 years.
Yes.
I mean, it's crazy.
Yes. Man, you know, I can remember the times, man, where people used to fear us. Remember them days? They feared us because of our defense.
Yeah.
In the Jim Johnson era.
Now we just get exposed. Now we rely on pass rushing so much now to a point where once like Fletcher Cox is out of the game, like today with a stinger injury, our secondary gets exposed. And you know, Michael Jaquette, Nickel Roby Coleman, I mean, trash. I mean, I understand we have injuries, but like you waited for the Cowboys to score 3 times before you made a move to get Jaquette out of the game, and Jaquette was mentally beaten. Like he was beaten physically and mentally. Like he just gave up. His head was down. I saw the body language. He was done.
Did you see Fletcher sitting on the bench?
Pissed, mad
with the what you call it, with the pad, and he was shaking his head, and he said, "Man,
yeah,
I wish they just. I know that's not going to happen, but you know, your last caller, she was saying, you know, speak the truth. The players need to speak the truth. You know, it's not no finger pointing, but there's players out on this team, man, that's not giving their all at all. Look at Pryor, man. I mean, he needs to go. Oof. He needed to go instead of Big V.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, I know. Big V's on IR right now too. He's hurt for the whole year. He's been hurt for a while for the Lions.
No, but
he deserved it though. He deserved that contract.
He took when Peters went down and Big V came in, and you seen it, Joey. You seen it. He took that. He grabbed that horn, and he let that go. How many did you see Foles or Carson get sacked on that side of the ball, on his side, from his blind side, when Big V was in the game? Maybe the first time he got in.
I think Big V only gave up 1 sack, and that was against the Panthers. And then really, I totally forgot he was at left tackle. Like I totally forgot like the rest of the year. Like after that Week 5 game when Jason Peters, you know, tore his ACL or Achilles, whatever he had. I didn't really notice. Like when you don't notice offensive linemen, it's a good thing because you're not seeing them get pushed back to the picture of the quarterback. You're not really seeing any of that. So, offensive line wise, yeah, Matt Pryor. I think Matt Pryor plays as a better right guard than he does a right tackle, but
that's not his thing.
It's not at all.
His thing. I mean, it's a shame that Jack, got hurt because Jack was. I mean, he was holding it down for Lane. He was really holding it down. And as a rookie, he was the first rookie after Lane Johnson who started at tackle for us.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's to the point where Jordan Mailata was playing good, and then the bye week happened. People were getting healthy. Jason Peters got healthy, and then they benched Jordan Mailata. So
and he lost his rhythm.
That's what happens. You can't just take a guy out and then expect him to get thrown back in like he's gonna. The guy needs the reps. You can't be doing that. You're not keeping the hot hand in there. So it's it's the wrong thing to do.
But I'm glad to see that Jalen Hurts got his chance. I wish it would have been early in the season.
That's definite.
I mean, I really didn't like the pick, and it's nothing against Jalen Hurts. And, I'm not saying I don't like Carson Wentz. Carson, he's still our guy. He just has to get his head right, and the only way he's going to get his head right, I think Doug has to go.
Yeah, because I don't think his job is saved at all. I don't care. I don't think it is. He's not going to give up play calling. I mean, he's not just going to be a head coach here. I don't think so.
I don't think Carson. I don't think he's going to trust the organization from this day forward. I don't think he's going to trust him. He's putting up a good front. And I would hate to see him go.
Yeah.
If it's going to better himself, better his career, yeah, I will move on too. Because why would you be somewhere where your organization going to play those mind games with you? They didn't have to pick Jalen Hurts in the second round. They could have waited till the fourth round and got a quarterback.
Yeah.
Or the seventh round.
Did they not think when drafting Jalen Hurts that it was going to create some drama? Did they not think that? I mean, after they drafted him, they were all laughing and they were all like so happy that they drafted him. Like, who does that? They want to start developing quarterbacks now. I mean, I understand like the whole thing where you don't want to bring in a free agent backup quarterback every single year, and you got to pay these guys, and you want to keep someone in the room for a long time, and you want to chemistry with the guys and on the same roster, same head coach. I understand that, but second round, I mean, it's already enough. Your second round pick wasn't on the field earlier in the season. Your third round pick in Davion Taylor wasn't even on the field at all. They put him on the field week 11, and he stunk badly. And and he stunk. I mean, I can't even blame Davion Taylor. How could I blame him? You know what I mean? So it's been a total. But we do, for some reason, we pick up on these mid draft picks like Quez Watkins and Jod Hightower and seeing Jack Driscoll and I feel like we get those hungry dudes in the middle of the draft. So it's they got to start hitting these. We got to start hitting these first round picks. We got to start bringing. I don't know. I mean, something's got to get done.
We got to start hitting on because it was so funny, Joey. It was so funny when the second round started and it was up on in the game to pick 53. Guess what I was saying? I kept saying Jeremy Chin. And at the 53 pick, the Philadelphia Eagles choose Jalen Hurts, quarterback, Oklahoma. I was like, huh?
I think everybody.
I mean, look.
I said when that happened, I was like, they drafted a quarterback. Like that's what I said.
And then I ran in the room and I said to my wife, I said, babe, the Eagles just drafted a quarterback, and they got a quarterback. And she'll tell you, all I said was, Carson, get your game up.
Yeah.
Because I watched this kid. Win a national championship in his sophomore year. I mean, he's not a bad. Every year that I watch this bull play, his game elevated. He wasn't a good passer in his sophomore year. He wasn't that good in his junior year. Or freshman. Freshman is what is sophomore, freshman, and junior. Mm-hmm. His junior year, his passing rating was going up, and then when he went over to Oklahoma,
yeah, 52 touchdowns.
Joey, you the man.
I appreciate it, bro. No, you the man. You're speaking facts right now. And everybody in the chat is loving it right now.
And I caught a couple of John Hightower games because I have the Fire Stick where I can watch all the college games.
Oh, nice.
So I go to those schools that don't come on like CBS and ESPN that much. So I just went in and I saw this. I was just sitting there watching this game and I seen this tall, skinny dude to remind me of Todd Pinkston. And it was John Hightower. And he was burning these dudes.
Yeah.
He was burning them dudes. And I'm gonna tell you what type of system they was using. They were using this system, the same type of system that that's being ran with the Rams.
Right.
And he was Cooper Kupp in college for that team. That's
right.
But I don't know. I don't know what type of what we supposed to be running, a hybrid type of system, West Coast hybrid.
Right. Yeah.
What is that? Explain that. You're a football guy, Joe. Tell me what a West Coast hybrid is.
You're pretty much running from sideline to sideline with you. You're pretty much using speed with running backs. You're doing little screen passes. You're doing little things for big chunk yards. I mean, that's pretty much all I know of it. I mean, I'm not a big stat guy. I don't really know every offense that's out there, but with the amount of this is why when Doug became the play caller and well, we know now like who has the credit and who doesn't now because of that Super Bowl year. This is why they didn't keep Jordan Howard. This is why they don't use a bruiser back. You had Elijah Holyfield on the roster. Like, he doesn't like bruiser backs. He doesn't like guys like that. Obviously, they put in Jordan Howard today, like one play and then another play, spread out through the whole game, which, like, you're giving this guy one rep. Like, come on now. Didn't really do anything, but.
What happened to Elijah Holyfield? Yo, he had the best camp ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. You have a second generation athlete whose father was the heavyweight champion of the world.
Yeah.
So he knows the thing about hard work. I watched that kid play at Georgia. When you talk about a bruiser back, it doesn't matter. What was he? 5'10", 5'11"?
Yeah.
You see the muscles on that boy?
He's thick, bro.
Yo, I was watching the year he was still at Georgia. I was watching College Game Day, and it was Georgia going against Tennessee that day, and they had a piece on Elijah Holyfield, and they showed them training with his dad, and he said, "I'm not trying to be my dad. My dad a boxer. I'm a football player." And he said, "But my dad gave me the mentality. If I went out there and I gave it my all, and I sized up my opponent and beat my opponent before I even started fighting, you do the same." So he was that boy. Oh my God! But I said, okay, when we got him from Carolina last year, I said, oh yes, we got Evander's son. Never saw him on the field.
And he was actually activated for one game, and he never got one rep. Forgot what game that was, but he was activated. I was like, oh, awesome! We're gonna see what this guy's all about. I mean, I had some clips from training camp, and he was always making the first guy miss at training camp all the time. Pretty much not 9 out of 10. I mean, he was great. One of the best camps. Even Deuce Staley said some good things about him too, and the guy just never got playing time. Even the other guy we drafted from the other undrafted guy. God damn it, Michael Warren was another guy too.
Yeah,
a more elusive guy. He was a little bit more elusive too of all the backs as well. But the bruiser backs, and obviously, someone I forgot a team actually picked him up later in the season, but he was another guy I was excited for as well.
Well, I hope if Jeffrey Hayhouse, if he can't go after Urban Myers, I hope he give Eric Bieniemy a shot.
Mm-hmm.
I hope he do.
There's a lot of speculation. Even like I think December 2nd, Rapport put out and this is before we knew that John Dorsey was like a consultant with the Eagles the past couple months. So December 2nd, John Dorsey said that if there was rumors, Rapport was saying if there was rumors about John Dorsey wanting Eric with him as his head coach, to come with him to a team. And, you never know what could happen, but it could happen, with Dorsey as well. So Eric, I wouldn't mind. But I like, John Dorsey's not my favorite. My favorite guy, I think the guy I would definitely get is Mike Mayock. I think that's another guy I would definitely get from the Raiders. If trust me, because he's like a cheat code for the draft. This guy used to run the draft. I used to love watching. I used to love hearing Mike Mayock during used to do our preseason games, and he was just so like in depth with every player. And I used to love it because it's so much information.
I miss Mike, man. Because last year wasn't the same watching the draft, because he would sit there and he'll break it down for you. he'll tell you. He would just tell you straight up how the highs and the lows of a player. And I don't understand why that's not working out over there in Las Vegas. I'm about to call them over.
It's coaching. It's coaching. It's mostly coaching. I think they have the roster. I just think it's coaching at the end of the day. I think it's decision making, play calling. I think we found that out from the other night against the Miami Dolphins. So
I don't know if you ever saw. I don't know how old you are, but I'm
30.
Well, you probably wouldn't remember. See, I'm in my 50s.
Oh, okay.
I saw Eric Bieniemy play,
right.
And he was good. He was good. If I'm not mistaken, I think he was with the Dolphins for a couple of seasons. I know he played in the AFC. He was on the AFC team. And he was pretty good running back. Another Deuce, a player who played the game, who knows the game. And it's a shame that, Doug didn't give Deuce no play calling duties.
Right.
And he's an Eagle guy. He'd been here when Doug was the quarterback for us. I remember I was at the game when Deuce broke his foot. Remember his foot?
Yeah.
And then it was hard for him to get back on the field. And next year, he went to Pittsburgh. Yeah, I was at that game.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, he was the first running back who jersey I got.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know a lot about him then. So
I was
you're going to know more about.
Defense better than offense. I'm a big Reggie White fan. Jerome Brown, Clyde Simmons. I can go take you back to Bill Berge. Some guys, man. But it was good talking to you, Joey.
Yeah, you too, man. Benny. I appreciate you calling in, bro. I appreciate all the support.
And I dig your sign off. How it goes?
My sign off?
Yeah, you be like, peace up, fly, Eagles fly.
Yeah, shake squad up, fly Eagles fly, bro. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. And I follow you on Twitter. I be trying to catch you sometimes, but my head be into other stuff, and then I was like, oh, I miss Joey.
Yeah, bro. I'm not really a big I like Twitter. I usually look at news on there and stuff. I don't tweet 24/7 like a lot of people do, but I'll put something out there once in a while. But I do, if people message me, I do answer them and stuff. So
yeah, I'm gonna try to subscribe to your podcast.
Yeah, bro.
I can pop in here and there.
Yeah, it's all good, bro. Definitely.
I just gotta put the app on my tablet.
Yeah, I don't even use the I don't even use the app really. I don't even use it. I just go on the regular browser and just go on there. I usually check it a lot, so that's why I don't really use the app.
Well, if I don't talk to you, man, you have a good New Year's, man, and stay with your family.
Yeah, you too, man. Enjoy the New Year's, and hope to see you in here soon for another one. We'll be around.
Don't forget, it's not about the players; it's about our logo.
About the logo first, definitely.
All right, Joey. Peace out.
All right, Benny. See you later, man. Okay. All right, yeah. If you guys, and I really don't even say this that much, if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, I have always people message me on there about just anything in general. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter at JoeyShake72. How you see my name, pretty much. You'll find me on there if you guys want to follow me on Twitter. I don't really have any other social media at all. I don't really use any social media besides Twitter. So if you guys want to follow me on there, you can. There's 182 people still going strong with the live stream. If you guys have not, please subscribe to the channel. If you guys haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. When you hit the like button, it really does help support this channel in a great way, and I appreciate it. Got memberships and merch down below. Just came out with merch a few weeks ago. This channel just hit 10,000 subscribers a few weeks ago, so I do appreciate I appreciate all the people that are here in the chat, just chatting it up, but I appreciate all the people that have came on the show and called in. I didn't know if I was going to do a call, and I kind of wanted to speak my piece about this team, but I like to hear to be honest, I don't really like streaming by myself all the time. Like, I've done it enough. I like to hear other people's, I really like to hear other people's opinions and just how everyone's doing. So if you guys haven't followed me on Twitter, you can always message me on Twitter too if you guys have a question about anything. So do appreciate that at Joey Shakes 72. Pretty much all the info is in the description below as well. So I appreciate it. Let's see here. We're gonna throw in another. I'm gonna throw in the obviously the pin for the stream is up. It's pinned up top, and have another one right here. So we're gonna keep going. It's been 2 hours 21 minutes. I thought some other people were gonna be on today that want to join up, but I haven't seen anybody get online. I think everyone's sick and tired of this team so far. So it's been kind of crazy. I'm glad it's over. I'm very glad that this whole thing is over because I'm glad we didn't have a game on Christmas. I'm glad that we could start making some changes, and I hope something gets done this week. Spark says Hurts got exposed today. And somewhat, yeah, because of what plays were available to him when he was. Yeah, I figured that. Yeah, I mean he did get. I mean, I guess you'd call it exposed. I guess. Wait, Wilston says Joey they flexed the game. The Eagles to 7 What? No, they did not. Did they really? Really? I'm telling you. You gotta be kidding me. I really hope not. I hope you're just making a joke because I really don't want to watch this team. Bobby said Wentz got exposed all season. Some of even some of the read options, like some of them were very, I don't know. Let me see here. Sirius has a heart attack. Oh boy, this is gonna be nuts. It's going to be really hard to watch this game next week. It is. It's going to be hard to even win for another team, to rely on us to win. It's going to really suck. It really will. I don't know. I don't want to be in their shoes. I don't want to be in the front office shoes at all. I really don't. I don't want to be in their shoes when they have to make decisions on these moves. I don't even want to be in that room. I do not. Twan Eagles, what's going on, man? I say coaches got exposed, not Jalen. Doug can only do so much with a quarterback. I wasn't a fan of these play calls. I wasn't. I don't think the play calling, I think he could do so much more with this offense. I think this offense has so much more ceiling. That's how crazy it is. Just put the link down again, guys. Pinned link as well. Up top, if you guys want to join in, give your 2 cents on the game tonight, or just the Eagles and Nitro said Sunday Night Football. This is bad. This ain't gonna be good. This is not gonna be good, dude. I have to literally. I'm gonna waste my Sunday night. This is gonna be bad. I don't know. Lucian says y'all have to play hard on Sunday Night Football. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can win against the Washington, bro. I'm not even just saying that because it's going to put you guys in the playoffs. I don't know if it actually could happen. I'm not really even sure if it could happen. Not even sure. What's going on, Mr. Ralph?
Yo, what's going on, man? What's
How you
going
doing,
on,
bro?
Joey? I'm chilling, man. Driving back home, man. Just got out the ER for the 12-hour shift. The whole time, I was checking in on this game. And the whole time, I got more depressed.
I understand, bro. You got to look at it like it's over, it's done with. We don't have to watch any more of this. Obviously, we have to watch it next week, but we're out of playoff contention, and I know it seems really bad right now, but a lot of changes are going to get made, bro.
The Eagles are perfect for that, man. They do it every time. Just when you're about to give up, reel you back in. And saying, it might be something. I don't know, man. I really, at the end of the season, I'd like to see, a lot of stuff come out about, who, if it was play calling was the same throughout the whole game, if they switched up. I know they got that 2-minute offense coordinator, or I really know what they got going on, man. But it seemed like it's a completely different place, like play selections, man. It's like when they come back from halftime, it's like we're not running them. I really don't understand why that is. You know what I mean? It was clear that it was working. He switched up. I don't know how much of it's a Miles Sanders thing versus, I don't know. There's going to have to be a lot of information being coming out, explaining what we're seeing.
Yeah, I think all year we've been hearing speculation or just rumors about Doug. Doug might just walk away from this team. He might not even have to get fired. I don't think his job has even been saved at this point. Howie Roseman, on the other hand, I think there's a little bit of smoke over there with that. But with John Dorsey being here as a consultant, it kind of raised some eyebrows, on what's going on here. Because why do you have John Dorsey here as a consultant the past couple months? He's already in the building, and this is a former GM of the Chiefs and the Browns. It just makes it very suspect.
It's strange, man. It's strange timing of it, too. I mean, I don't know if they're trying to do like a scapegoat kind of situation where, you can put more of the blame, try to diversify the blame. Like, we all know it's not Howie. You know what I mean? I don't know if they're going that angle, but it's strange, man. But the Doug Peterson thing, that, again, more information come out. I'd like to know how much say he has over this team, really. Because if he is being propped up as a head coach, but has none of the abilities to make the decisions about, at least about personnel on the field during the game, I mean, what are you really walking away from?
You talking about Doug Peterson?
Yeah, man. I mean, they saying they're head coach, but they saying that Howie got so much sway over the team. I don't know, man.
I don't think he has much say in anything, to be honest, because on 94 WIP a few weeks ago, he said he had control over who was a starting quarterback, but after every single game, he would say, "Oh, let's just I need to get through the game footage, and I'll give you an update tomorrow on who's a starting quarterback." Obviously, he had to go upstairs and get the word.
If you remember, I think after he played, I don't remember who it was. I think we was about to play the Cardinals, and he said, "Yeah, we'll figure out who's a starter, here in a couple hours." So it's like, bro, the writing is on the wall, man. It's like, I'm a head coach in name, only in name, It's like I got no real power, and I don't want to be attached to this situation with my name on it if I'm not really have my blueprint on it. It's the way it's looking like, man. It's looking like real. I don't know. So I really cannot believe Doug Peterson has fallen this far. I really did have faith in him. I never thought, that he didn't have a good handle. I mean, of course, we had an offensive coordinator, but I mean, how do you let us not have an offensive coordinator as a GM going into the season? I mean, I don't know how many head coaches make that decision. Like, nah, I'm gonna just run it. I don't think that's a real thing. So it's like a decision head up. I mean, it boggles my mind.
Yeah, they literally set Doug Pearson up to say, hey, it's either you're going to sink or you're going to swim. And obviously, with these offensive assistants that he's hired, I mean, Doug can't hire. The one thing I can't stand is when the Eagles promote from within, and I can't stand that.
Yeah, no new blood, no new blood ever.
No, never. They never get new blood in here, and that's what's got to
Like,
change.
yeah, man. I mean, honestly, you hear it, it's like say it all the time. That Super Bowl was the worst thing that ever happened to the city, man. It's like, I don't know, man. It's really, I think it'll need, 4-10-1, 4-11-1 kind of season to blow up the misconceptions that we are a Super Bowl team, because we're not. We're not built like it. We're not acting like it. I mean, we got heart. That's the only thing that you can really hang your hat on. So you can see, coming out of that second half, defense is like too good, but they got it together, man. They haven't given up. We not run right. Man. You know what I'm saying? We just not run right. It was messed up that it was a scapegoat kind of situation. It was an easy fix to take the quarterback out, but I think I'm excited to see what we do in the offseason. I'm excited to see.
It's going to be real busy, and before I'm going to say, because at the post game today, so Doug talked about Deshaun Jackson. Okay, so we saw that big reception. It was very exciting. It was awesome. So Doug said that he wasn't used later in the game because Deshaun Jackson developed soreness as the game went on, and said that he lost his explosiveness, and then they had to keep him out.
Yeah.
I mean, you put a banana peel on the ground and Deshaun Jackson slips on it. I mean, that's all it takes.
It's just that same idea. Go from within, no new blood. What we've done will always work. Trust in our veterans. I mean, look at Jason Peters, man. I mean, it's like, it's hard to bring up a dead horse, whatever like that. But how long he played with the obvious glaring deficiencies that we had on left side, and his inability to go, to a different position, man. It's like we hold on to these players, man, because we fixated on the idea that we can win with the players that we have, the players that we paid. Like the money somehow elevates their position. Right? So it kind of just goes back to that, man.
Yeah, a lot of
bringing people back because of the heart. You know what I mean? We love Deshaun Jackson. We love what he did. But at the same time, man, you got to let the young dudes play, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they gotta stop rewarding players, especially they sign players to new deals because of what they've done the past few years or what they used to do, or they gotta stop doing that.
Yeah, man, and they promised him, we'll get you right at the back end. We'll just work the contracts. I don't know, man. It's just once you're not producing, it's like thank you for your service. I mean, can we not be like teams? Can we not be like the teams that that we see are perennial favorites for the Super Bowl? I mean, they get what they can get out of these players. And that's it sucks coming from the fan perspective. Obviously, you get attached to these players, but as a franchise owner and team leader, man, it's like you gotta make decisions that hurt, but it's for the betterment of the team. That's not being done from the top down, man. It's sad to see.
Yeah. They have a lot of work to do. They have a lot of work to do this offseason. I don't even want to be in their shoes when they make these decisions because it's going to be tough.
Yeah, man. I'm just hoping that they got, that this was bad enough for them to really have to make these decisions, man. Because I think if we won a couple more games, if we'd have squeaked into the playoffs, it would have been status quo all over again. So hopefully, blowing it up, man. Like, stinking this bad, this long, hopefully they do something. Yeah, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I appreciate the time. I've been watching for a little bit. I've been following for a minute, man. I like how you been cleaned up the videos, man. When you first started, it was a little, you know what I mean? Just to get after it, man. But,
since the beginning?
Yeah. Yeah, we've been out here, man.
Bro, that's awesome, bro. I'm glad to hear it. I appreciate it. Huh?
We was like on some EDP type stuff, man, with the words, man. You know what I'm saying? But it seemed like you cleaned it up, man, and you got a lot more followers, man. And you always coming with the information, man, quick. You know what I mean? And really putting the emotion into it, man, and really react in a way, a true Philly fan should be, man. So I appreciate what you do, bro. I mean,
Yeah, bro, I appreciate it, man. It's really nice with the compliment because I really don't think much of myself on here. I'm just another fan, and
comes
that's it.
through that. That's why it's organic. That's why you know what I'm saying. That's why it's working. I see the vision, bro. You're doing your thing. And all them collaborations y'all be doing, man. The ones that's in the works, man. Yeah, you're doing your thing.
Yeah, I appreciate it, bro. Well, thanks for calling in, man. We'll have another one soon, so you'll have a chance.
Yeah, go Birds.
All right, bro. See you later. Fly, let's fly, bro. Let's see here. Put in some info. Yeah, Philly Jim has been around. I don't know. He made a video a few days ago. He hasn't really been uploading. Me and Philly Jim we've been trying to do something on YouTube. We haven't hooked up in a while, unfortunately. So, I'm hoping to get in on some other people as well. I've already been asked by a few people. Obviously, some of the other guys like Philly Talk Podcast and Philly Talk with RB, a few other guys as well. You know, maybe Philly Fresh. What's going on, bro? What's going on, man? Let's see. All right, we have the link up. Been on here 2 hours, 37 minutes. Guys, 154 people in here still run the straw. Guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. We go over Eagles news all year long. So check out some of my other videos. Hit the subscribe button. If you guys haven't hit the like button, hit the like button. It really does go a long way for the support. Trust me. Much appreciated from you guys. This channel just hit over 10K a couple weeks ago. Appreciate everybody being here. Staying strong. I know the season is over, but better things are yet to come in the future, and I cannot wait to get more of this, hopefully some change. Yeah, so Philly Fresh says Doug stinks, bro. Yeah, he does. He does. Definitely does. Let's see here. Let's see. So we have the stream open. It's open to anybody. Talk football, talk whatever's on your mind. We're going to keep this going for a little bit longer, not too long, but I think it's been pretty busy tonight. So I've been liking these live call-ins. I just started the live call-ins the other day. And I've had a lot of fun with it. So appreciate everybody being around, being here. I want to see the news that somebody got fired today, but God, next Sunday night, I can't. Next Sunday night, our game was flexed to next Sunday Night Football. I can't believe it. Oh man, I can't believe. I can't say I can't believe it. It's. This is what was going to happen. This is what was going to happen. This team doesn't deserve the playoffs. Doug Peterson doesn't deserve to be in a playoff game as a head coach. I mean, what am I supposed to think? What am I supposed to react to it? I mean, I mean, this guy can't even. This guy can't play call. This guy can't put his players in the right positions to win football games. This guy doesn't have common sense on who should play and who shouldn't. This guy has no idea who's more productive than another player. I mean, it's just. I just can't believe it. It's crazy. It got Troll Patrol. It got flex because it's a big game for the. Obviously, it's for the East, so it's a big game. It's mostly for Washington, not for us, obviously. I know, FaZe. Trust me. I know, bro. Trust me. Better things are to come. Philly Insider Podcast. What's going on, bro? So, what's up, Joe? I'm so mad we got flex. Should have seen it coming because that's how the NFL does week 17, but I just want to put the season out of its misery. I think we all do. I'm glad it's over. I am. I'm relieved that it's over, and I can start focusing on next year and just start focusing on things. Obviously, I'll have a few more videos out. Obviously, after that game next week, I'll have a live stream. I'll do the same thing I've been doing every week. It doesn't end just because we're out of the playoffs. I'm still, repping the team strong and obviously looking for a win next week. And a lot of people don't want the win because they don't want the Cowboys inside. So, and says, I think KC can get there. If not them, what team do you think will make it? I don't know. I don't know if anyone's beaten KC. I don't think so. Sparks says Sixers got to carry. Will said it's gonna be a long off season, definitely. FaZe says, I swear if the Eagles are a losing team next year, I'm quitting this team and done with the NFL, bro. Well, don't be that type of fan. And says, I could maybe see the Bills, but Patrick Mahomes is a beast in the playoffs. Definitely. I look, Bills are good, but to beat KC, I don't know if that's possible. Damien says, does Wentz start next week? Probably not. I don't think so. Philly Fantasy, I'm hoping the Bills win it. The organization should have one. Yeah. They haven't won in a long time since. They haven't won since. Oh my God. I don't even remember. Probably was born at that time when they probably won something. No, the B says, Joey, where do you think Wentz is going to go if he gets traded? Could be the Patriots. Could be the, you could go to maybe the Colts, obviously. I honestly don't even know. I don't know where else he would go. He might not even get traded. I'm not even sure. It's this price tag on Carson is what stresses me out because I just don't. That's going to stop a lot of things from happening. Loyal, what's going on, man? How you doing, bro? Hope everything's well with you, bro. Hope you had a good holiday. Shakir said, Joey, what did you make of Doug's presser? Really nothing. I think he was a little bit more humble. I think he was more humble about himself as a head coach and that he failed this team as well as the team failing itself. But obviously, we all know this. It's not hard to tell. We talked about Deshaun Jackson. He got He got soreness throughout the game. They had to sit him. I mean, ridiculous. Jackson just cannot stay on his 2 feet for long. Still can run. Still could beat a whole defense. But I was wondering why. I don't know. I was really wondering why Deshaun Jackson wasn't used later in the game. So, really all I got from it. You know, obviously there's a lot of blame to spread around, but coaching is the number one thing. And before coaching, it's Howie Roseman in that front office. Working as usual, bro. Oh, man. Crazy. Face says, Joey, I'm surprised that you're not super. I mean, I am, but, you know, at the end of the day, we've been dealing with this all year. And it's not like we should. I don't know. I was mad. I was mad coming in the stream. I wasn't throwing things. I wasn't really that upset. But, I mean, I'm upset, but it's just we've been dealing with this all year. It's just you get used to it after a while. You know? That's just how it is. You know? It's just how it is. So, I'm going to put the link out one more time. If I don't get anybody in here, I'm probably going to end it, most likely. So, I'm going to put the link. It's pinned up top for the stream. If you guys want to come in and say your 2 cents. I need to relax my mind and my head before I hit my head against the floor, which I've already done plenty of times this season. Oh, that's cool. That's... Ooh. All right, never mind. Oh, I just noticed that. So... Don't worry, Aviv. Howie Roseman's not drafting this next draft. I ain't worried about it. Face says, me and my brother were depressed with this loss, but I cheered him up by playing basketball. Hey, that's what I do. I play video games. I go stream something on my computer. I just chill out, man. Like, I can't let it bother me. Don't let the Eagles ruin your day. Never let that happen. Obviously, if it's a playoff game, you know, I understand, or something, you know, obviously just don't let it ruin your day. It's not worth it. You know, they're making millions of dollars. We're fans. And we can only do so much, you know what I mean? Like, it's out of your control. You know? So. Hey! What's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, Joey? Hold on,
How you
I think
doing,
my
bro?
audio's a little screwed up. I'm gonna move somewhere else real quick.
You're all good.
All right, I'm gonna join back in real quick if that's cool.
Yeah, you're good.
Oh wait, you're good now. You're good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what you thinking, bro?
Just
I
pain.
know.
I mean, like, it's hard to get like you said, it's hard to get too angry because it's just like it's the same stuff over and over again. But I mean, it still hurts, you know. It's just kind of life of the Eagles fan at this point, I guess. But
So what are you thinking, like, now? What's like first of business of this offseason?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't even know if we're gonna see like I think obviously everyone wants change. I just don't know if it's gonna happen, man. I think it's gonna take another crap season for Jeffrey Lurie to do anything.
Oh no.
I hope I'm wrong. I really do. And I'll be the happiest of all if I'm wrong, but it kind of just feels like that. So I mean, I guess it's hard because a lot of the picks are like, it's kind of a combination of a bad pick, and like you look at all the draft picks and stuff. They're like, obviously part of it's bad picks, but then too, it's also like poor utilization of the players and just poor coaching overall too. So it's hard to like pinpoint the problem. It's almost like I don't know if you're going to get rid of just one or the other. It might have to be both at some point. I don't know, man. My mind's in shambles right now with how the whole season is gone.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of them years, but unfortunately, like it's more than just a, you know, not having certain players on the field problem. It's an internal dysfunctional. I don't know. If the front office is a total mess on evaluation of talent, and
yeah,
it's like I can't even like I think the first time I was mad this year was probably the Bengals game. I think that was the game where I got really mad. Like I was, and after you lose so much, it's just you're seeing the same. Like you know how hard it is to make videos and talk about the same thing every single week,
right?
And obviously it was a little different because when Jalen Hurts came in, like we had some positivity and it was nice. We were excited for a game. We weren't sitting there like, you know. So there's a lot more goes into it, but at the end of the day, it's going to come down to Howie Roseman, and that's before I blame the players, before I blame Doug, Jalen, Carson, the defense, injuries, before I blame anybody. Howie Roseman has created this monster, okay, and the start of this monster was drafting this quarterback this year. So
honestly, and kind of like you said, like just from top down too, just the communication, it feels like it's just completely off with everyone in this organization, from Howie to the scouts to the coaches to the players. When you hear stuff about, I don't know what the truth was to this, but like the whole with Howie having a say on who the inactives are on game day, like that's not your job. Your job is to go out there and construct the roster. Your job is not to decide who's going to play on game day. From what I've seen from most GMs, but I don't know. Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head with the way you were saying, just about starts with Howie Roseman top down. It's just the Donnell Pumphrey. I don't know if you saw the whole tweet today of all the running backs we passed on, and we got Donnell.
I don't want to talk about him.
Yeah.
I hyped that guy up so much because you know what?
Right.
This is a guy. He came from San Diego State, and I was like, he broke Marshall Faulk's all-purpose yard record. He was like, I was like so excited for him, but I don't want to talk about that because I just embarrassed myself enough on that one.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. I thought he was going to be the next Sproles type of guy, and didn't pan out that way. But it's just like how many times are we gonna take like the one guy at a position that just doesn't, like, how many times does it take, like, even like, J-Matt, I like J-Matt, but like that wide receiver class that year was stacked when we took him, and he's a smart football player. He's a good guy. Don't get me wrong, but we could have had so much more out of that. And it's just like, how many times is it just going to be the same story over and over again where you're, trying to make smart picks, and it's like the same thing where you could have had this. It's not just one guy. Like, it's a whole list of guys every year who we miss out on, and everyone else, it feels like, and obviously, I'm sure other teams feel like that too, but just being a Philly fan, it feels more so like we're just the ones who keep getting screwed over and over again.
Yeah, and it's happened since the Super Bowl, and like we didn't make any changes. We didn't get younger. We kept this roster the way it was because we won a Super Bowl with the same roster. And unfortunately, you can't build a team like that. You can't build a team through free agency. And 50 picks, Howie Roseman has only drafted 2 Pro Bowlers. Yeah. And before Howie Roseman, we've drafted 14 Pro Bowlers in 18 years, which is crazy.
It's wild, man. I mean, being a fan of this team, it's like a movie. They had the movie cameras out today for the game. Because, I mean, our season really has been a movie, I guess you could say. But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like when you're drafting guys like Nate Gary and moving them to linebacker, and, you got all this other crap going on. It's, you got Marcus Epps out there starting. He's like the new Nate Gary to me. And then you got Matt Pryor getting like 3 false starts in a row, missing blocks. I remember at the beginning of the game, he made 1 block. I was like, hey, maybe it's a good start. And I was like, 2 plays later, I was like, shouldn't have got my hopes up with Matt Pryor. But I don't know, man. I mean, it's just like the Jamon Brown sacking Carson Wentz early in the season. That kind of just sums up.
I laughed at that video. Tackle your own quarterback. I mean, that's bad. And then he ended up getting cut like a week or 2 ago. He got cut, I think, from I think they were at a hotel, and he did. I don't know what happened, but he did something bad. I don't know what it is. They're not saying what it was, but.
Oh man, yeah, I don't know what was going on with that, but this offseason is going to be interesting. It's a hot mess right now. I don't know. All we can do is hope at this point. I mean, are you kind of like in the boat where you're still like, I still cheer for the team, I still want to win next week, or are you kind of on the side? It's like, it's Dallas or New York. I don't want one of them making it.
At this point, I really don't care. Like, if we lose, we lose. I mean, I'd rather win just to end on a good note for the year. That's just me. But obviously, I'm just going to take this game with a grain of salt, watch it, and not overreact to it and not think too hard if we lose or win, and just move on from it and just say that the season's over and just call it a day, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, that's really all you can do. It's out of our control at this point. I mean, every game's out of our control, but, you know, you can always hope. But, I mean, yeah, next week, like you said, I'm, you know, whatever happens, happens. I mean, it's just, the Eagles are definitely the type of team that'll win the last game after a mystery of the season.
They don't deserve to be in the playoffs, and that's just they don't deserve to be in the playoffs at all. I mean, they should have benched their quarterback. Carson Wentz should have got benched week 4 or 5 of the season. We would have been in the playoff. We would have clinched the division already at this point. So.
Yeah. I don't know, man. But yeah, I'm gonna hop off here. Thanks for letting me hop on for a little bit, Joey. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Just catch. Just catch the next one, bro. I appreciate it, bro. Thank you for the support, man.
All right.
All right, bro. Peace out, man. Oh boy. Couldn't hear him too well at the end. I kind of heard him, but I know he was. Sometimes the phone doesn't work good. When you join us, like if I join someone's StreamYard from my phone, it makes that noise, and I don't know why. I guess it's just trying to pair up. There's no app for StreamYard either, so yeah, it's kind of crazy. But all right, guys. Well, I am going to get going. 135 people in here. You guys haven't subscribed to the channel. Please subscribe. We do this all year long. Cover the Eagles. A lot more coming, obviously. Sunday Night Football. I can't believe it's Sunday Night Football next Sunday. Yikes. Okay. If you guys haven't hit the like button, hit the like button before you leave today. When you hit the like button, you're supporting the channel, and it really does go a long way to bring this channel to the next level. So I do appreciate it. We hit over 10K a couple weeks ago, and guys have been absolutely amazing. Appreciate everybody being in here. It's been a fun night in some ways, and a kind of disappointing night, but not disappointing to where depressing, but disappointed as I'm disappointed in this team. I'm disappointed in what they turned this team into, and unfortunately, it actually makes me more excited to see what moves they are going to make. Philly Insider Podcast, it's all good, bro. You were disconnecting a little. You were fine. You were fine. I was hearing you a little bit at the end, but you were breaking up. But you're good, bro. You're all good. You're all good. You're all good. So yeah. So other than that, hit the subscribe, hit the like. I will see you guys later. Shake Squad up, Flyers fly. Peace out, guys. If I could do this the right way. Sorry, I just totally messed up my outro. Okay, we're good. We're good. All right. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Peace.